episode of Speculation Sunday. Today we're welcoming everybody to a happy Halloween. Somehow it's Halloween, Danny. Today we have Danny, Just Ask Danny in the house. How you been doing, man?
Good. I finally got to go to Disneyland, the last minute reservation yesterday. So
Man, talk about reservations. It seems like things have been getting a little bit better. Been a little bit better. At least for me. I've been able to go kind of when I wanted to go, you know what I mean?
they did open up the beginning of November. However, the entire month of December is gone. There isn't a single day left.
I think
So
Disney's more in a we're just playing it by ear. Just don't even look ahead anymore. We're just playing it by ear. So just wait till we open up
yeah.
the schedule. But welcome everybody. Happy Halloween to the Five Fire community. Happy Halloween to Danny. Are you dressing up today?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with my little cousins, take them trick or treating, stuff like that.
Oh damn. The only outfit I got is a Gryffindor robe from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I've never been one to dress up. I don't know. I just never been one to dress up. Thank you everybody for joining today, Speculation Sunday. We are doing it so early. And by the way, good morning. I don't know if I've ever been able to say good morning on a Speculation Sunday. It's just because today's Halloween. And I know a lot of people got a lot of stuff to do. And Danny's over here about to go trick-or-treating. So it just frees up the whole evening. And we just get a chance to do it a bit earlier. Just to not interrupt or anything like that in people's time. So thank you everybody for joining us on this beautiful early Sunday. Is it chilly where you're at? Because I'm kind of cold outside.
Oh, it is freezing where I'm at. But I mean, you know that already.
Yeah.
But
But
it's like
happy
it's
Halloween.
windy, cold.
Yeah. So tell me about your Disney trip because you went yesterday. So you kind of seen the crowds because I feel like we're in this like ever changing time period, you know?
Yeah, so yesterday, I actually was able to snag a last minute reservation. I noticed today too, when I woke up to go to the gym this morning, I noticed when I pulled up the reservations, they had both park availability for today. And this was at like 7 or 8 this morning. So if you wanted to go today on Halloween, there was absolutely availability for both parks. I don't know how long that lasted. I don't know if that's still right now, if you want to pull that up in the background. But was able to snag a reservation for Saturday yesterday at around like 10 p.m. on Friday night. I had been literally, Mondo can tell you, I had been literally like waiting all month for the 30th to open up because it was the only Saturday I couldn't get. And it just wasn't opening up because I always want to go on Halloween weekend because they usually transition a lot of stuff to Christmas during Halloween weekend. So
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of document any of that, see what was going on. But it was also simultaneously Oogie Boogie Bash, which means DCA closed at 6. So everyone came over to Disneyland right at that transition period, and Disneyland was packed. It was insane, like literally insane. New Orleans Square, you couldn't walk at all. If you wanted to get into New Orleans Square to where like the French Market was, or like any of the shops like the Pieces of Eight or Le Baton Rouge store, or Blue Bayou, you had to walk all the way down to Haunted Mansion and then circle back because the whole middle of the walkway in between New Orleans Square and Rivers of America was just one giant queue of both Pirates and Haunted Mansion mixing together. So it
It's
was
been
just
busy.
a crazy day. Um, and then you tell it's busy too when you have like extended queue for like Roger Rabbit like outside and like back and forward.
Yeah, when you see Roger Rabbit Q wrap around the water fountain, it is crazy. It's a busy day.
Yeah, wrap around the water fountain and then back.
We got a super chat. Rudio, what's up, Rudio? Happy Halloween, fellas, and to the rest of the Five Fires community. I'll be celebrating the night at the Lakers game, dressing up as Space Jam LeBron. Wow. I was going to say Disney's probably one of the better places to spend Halloween. But if you're at a Laker game, like, damn. Dude, safe travels, Rudio. Happy Halloween, my friend. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I usually say get your popcorn ready, but I guess this is like get your lunch ready. It's get your lunch, get your breakfast, your early breakfast, late breakfast. I don't even know anymore these days.
Wing Nike says you got to stock the Disney website like Pennywise.
For real. Disney fan chan, thank you for your 3 months of membership. I want to hit that. Good morning, gents. I'll be Queen of Hearts. Hubby, Mad Hatter, and stepdaughter's Alice. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. That's awesome. I wish I was that creative. I really do. I don't know. Halloween's never been my thing where like I dress up. Maybe next year I'll make a better effort of dressing up. But I do want to say on our last Oogie Boogie Bash when we went like 2 weeks ago, people, their outfits were incredible. I was just amazed at how creative.
Well, how about when we
are.
went last week for Zombie Cap?
Or was it last week? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, it was last week.
People dressed up amazing in Oogie Boogie Bash. It was incredible. Very, very cool.
Yesterday I saw some insane costumes. I think a lot of people really like to go close to Halloween. That's why I feel like next time, Mondo, we're gonna have to do the 2 days. We're gonna have to do the like opening.
Yeah,
night
like one at opening day, and then like one at the end of October.
Like I'd be down
in case
to do
they draw more zombies. More zombies. What are you gonna say, Daddy?
I said I'd be down to do Halloween, the last Halloween day next year.
Yeah. Real quick too, talk about the chaos by Not Scary Farm.
Oh my God. They apparently, you guys have ever driven on the 5 freeway? You've seen those like light up signs that give you kind of like traffic updates, especially if there's like an accident or something. They were all lit up traveling to Disneyland yesterday, but for Knott's because Beach Boulevard was so impacted that they didn't want you to take Beach Boulevard. So they were telling everyone, if you're going to Knott's, exit Magnolia Avenue instead of Beach Boulevard. So that was insane. So like if they're lighting up the Caltrans signs for Knott's Berry Farm on the 5 freeway by Disneyland, stuff's going down over there.
Yeah, I've heard the horror stories. Like it takes an hour, 2 hours to park just parking to get a Scary Farm, and yeah, it's just a lot of people. The demand for Halloween at theme parks, it's some of the highest demand I've ever seen at all years.
The demand for Christmas is obviously even higher because the entire month of December is gone for passes, and it's not even November yet.
Yeah, and we're missing a pass. We haven't talked about that yet with you, Daddy. We got regular Josh 1 with the super chat. What's up, Josh? Happy Halloween, my friend. Fired up, as always, looking forward to Speculation Sunday. Hope you guys have a good Halloween. Also, talk about Nightmare Before Christmas concert. Look like a lot of fun. Might go someday. Danny, you've been to one of these Nightmare Before Christmas, right?
Yep.
When did you go?
Oh, man. A few years ago. It used to be at the Hollywood Bowl. This was the first time I saw it at the Bank of California Stadium. But the Hollywood Bowl is so much better, in my opinion. There's something about the Hollywood Bowl, if you've ever been to that venue, it's like so crazy because the acoustics are just so amazing because of the way that the venue is set up. Plus, you're outside and like people are having picnics, drinking wine. So it's like a different feel of a venue. I mean, it's the worst to get to in park, but it's a really you don't park there.
I will say, Bunk of California was pretty tough too in regards to parking. We were pretty much right outside the venue, but to get into the parking structure, it was like 40 minutes, dude. Like we didn't even travel a long distance. It was just a lot of red light, a lot of traffic. A lot of people don't even know where to go because they didn't really have signs that said like parking is this way. You kind of just followed the crowd, you know? I've never done the Hollywood Bowl, but a lot of people said Hollywood Bowl, it was just a better setup. As far as a Nightmare Before Christmas show, it was incredible. It was way cooler than I ever thought it was going to be. Like, I didn't think it was going to be cool, but I just didn't. I didn't have any expectations. I just went. Big shout out to Demi, invited us, and I'm really thankful we went because seeing Danny, is it Elfman? Danny Elfman? Yeah. That dude literally embodies Jack Skellington, dude. His facial expressions, the way he moves, and the way he sings, and his voice is still amazing to this day. I don't know how many years old Nightmare Before Christmas is now. It's like over 20, probably even 30 years. But Nightmare Before Christmas, when I was watching it and hearing all these people sing and the whole crowd singing and cheering, I feel like this movie is just going to be a timeless movie that kids and Disney fans alike and Halloween and Christmas fans, this is going to be watched for 30 more years probably and be celebrated just the same. It doesn't get old. I enjoyed every single bit of the concert. One thing I did find funny though, Daddy, there was this crowd on the right side that they kept yelling, "We can't hear you! We can't!" And they just kept yelling it over and over until eventually they did raise the speaker ups, and I was like, "Hey, they got their point across," because like it was low for some reason in the beginning of the show, but I thought that was funny. I'm glad that they raised it up because that would suck to pay all that money, be stuck in traffic, and then you can't even hear the show.
I know, you just hear like a tune.
This is Halloween. We got a super chat from Ozzy and Oliver. What's up, Ozzy and Oliver? Happy Halloween from Spencer and Jenna from Seattle. What's up, Seattle? Hey, Spencer and Jenna. Just landed at LAX, headed to DCA for Oogie Boogie Bash. Oh, yeah, there's one more Oogie Boogie Bash today.
Yeah.
Hope to run into you guys tonight or sometime this week, visiting Knott's for the first time by fires. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Safe travel, Ozzy and Oliver. Spencer and Jenna, I hope you guys have a wonderful Oogie Boogie Bash. And I can't emphasize it enough. Do the second parade. You'll be 50% more productive in your trip because it frees up your whole day. But I hope you get a lot of candy. Hope you have a lot of fun. And hopefully Zombie Cap comes out. I don't know how his schedule is. We got Mark W. with the super chat. Happy last Spookalation Sunday of the year. Thanks for sharing that live Nightmare Before Christmas experience. Well, would you both do it again? I would do it again without a doubt.
Yeah, I would do it again too.
I feel like next year I'll look out for it to buy tickets and attend it. Honestly, it'd be cool to just do both days. It was actually that much fun. And we took Sonic, so it's like a kid thing too. Like kids loved it. Regular Josh Wan with the super chat. I was actually visiting the Science Center earlier that day when I just realized that they were having their concert. Was getting busy when I left. Dude, okay, Daddy. I forgot to even mention this. I saw the Science Center too, and I was like, we need to come here. Like Five Fires YouTube needs to come. Have you been to the Science Center?
I have, but it's a lot of fun.
I don't know when's the last time I went because I know I've been there.
You know what else Five Fires needs to do? The Long Beach Aquarium.
The aquarium. One thing too, I didn't know that the Banc of California is next to the Coliseum in the LA Coliseum. You're just like surrounded by history when you're in that area.
Yeah. Mondo, your green screen's wigging out again.
I know. Hold on. Let me see. Get that camera. All right. Well, that's as good as that's going to get. Let me see. All right. I think we're good. All right. Let's get this going, Danny.
We got Melissa Carter with a member for 5 months. She says, which day is better to go to the park, Saturday or Sunday? Well, Melissa, in the past, I would have said Saturday because the passes are blocked out on Saturdays, except for the most expensive one. But I feel like Saturdays now, they're like, I don't know. I feel like this time of year, there's more Saturdays available for the Magic and the Believe and the Dream. So I don't know. I don't feel like there's really a good day. I feel like more people probably who are buying a ticket choose Saturday because they can stay longer and don't have to worry about going to work the next day. So maybe Sunday is a better day. But that's weird because I feel like in the past I would never have said that. So
Yeah, Saturdays. Honestly, I just have to be honest. Every day seems like a Saturday lately at Disneyland. Every day. Every day is a Saturday. Wing Nike says Science Center is so cool. Think I was there for King Tut exhibit.
yeah, that's when I did too.
Wow, is that still there, or that was just like a seasonal kind of thing?
They I don't think it's there still because they only can have that on loan from Egypt for so long. Let me see.
Wow, that dude, we're gonna go back. I'm gonna go back soon. Yeah, Peter says 5 hours should go check out Griffith Observatory. That's a good. I've been there many times hiking until they started charging parking everywhere, and it seemed like Griffith Observatory got really popular, and parking is just it's hard. It's
Right now
hard.
they got right now they got the Art of the Brick, which is Lego,
Where,
um, at Science Center.
dude, we need to go.
They have a dog exhibit all about dogs. They have
I would
like a
love to
space
do a
one.
dog exhibit. That
They
sounds
have a
so much fun.
they have a fire exhibit for like fire safety, ecosystems, air and space, and
Brian also says in a couple years you'll have to do the Lucas Museum being built behind Bank of California. I
dude,
didn't
they're
even know that
building
was such a
everything over
thing.
there.
Wow. Mia says I went to see the Endeavor for the fourth grade field trip. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know how soon, but I'll make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. All right, Danny, let's fire this up, man. So if you
I'm seeing some questions in here. Let's see. I just saw one. It's from Harry Waves, who says, Danny Mondo, what are your thoughts with the Dream Key fiasco? You should see their Disney IG account. I'm sure the comments are probably.
Yeah, I probably can't even show those comments on here. It's been, you know, before we get going, I want to say thank you everybody for joining us once again on this early speculation Sunday. Happy Halloween to everybody. Hope you guys have a wonderful, safe, and fun Halloween today. If you're new to Speculation Sunday, thank you for joining. We talk about all the current situations of Disneyland, Knott's, Universal Studios Hollywood in their individual segments. And most importantly, you could chat with us in the chat. We have amazing moderators, which I want to say happy Halloween and thank you for joining today as well. Post in the comments in the chat room and discuss all the topics that we are bringing up. We love to go back and forth with everybody as well and answer questions and stuff like that. But Speculation Sunday is Speculation Sunday. Take everything with a grain of salt, unless we say it's like fact or you know what I mean. It's just all speculation, and we're here to have fun. Right now, we're going to go into Disneyland specific, so we're only going to talk Disneyland. Let's talk about that real quick, Danny. So there's a Disney Magic Key Instagram account. I don't know the exact name of it. What's the exact name?
Disneyland Magic Key, I think.
Oh, it's just Disney Magic Key, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I feel I've been covering Disney like pretty thoroughly for like 6 years now, and I've never seen so much backlash, dude, towards Disney. It's like we're just in this like time period where it almost seems like they could do no right, and there's always like a wrong happening. You know that's how I feel. It's just tough, dude. Disney, they're in a tough position, and I feel like ever since the sunsetting of annual passes, there's just been a lot of just people being upset, dude, and the frown has not turned upside down, Danny. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I think the majority of us are just happy to have a pass again and be able to go and not have to buy tickets. But at the same time, you don't want to look. It's like yes, we're happy to have it back, and we didn't have it. but at the same time, um, like people are upset and they have a reason to be upset. They had an annual pass that they were told. I mean, the dancing and the rigmarole that we did throughout the pandemic, where you got to choose option A, you got to choose option B. You're going to keep your pass and pay payments and have your pass extended, or you're going to get a refund and whatever. It was just like this huge deal. You had to call into the call center, and then all of a sudden at the very end, they're like, no, we don't want to do it anymore. We want to just cancel annual passes, and then we'll come up with something better. Well, they didn't come up with something better. They obviously rushed this out. It was very clearly rushed out. This wasn't probably what they planned on putting out, and it's like it doesn't make sense for them to have canceled the annual pass holder program and replaced it with the Disneyland Magic Key program. And it's exactly the same as it was before. It just has reservations. So there was
And
no
then,
thought or
and,
something about like making this a totally different thing that would work for Disneyland. It's just let's just make reservations. But at the same time, it's like you can't charge more money than what you were charging for before, but now people can't use their pass because there's no reservations. So it's like, and then at the same time you say, well, okay, don't buy it if you don't want to do it in that sense. And that's, I guess, true. But for someone that's buying an annual pass for $1,400, if they were able to buy a Dream Key, they can't even use it at all in December, at least for right now. As far as planning, I mean, you could certainly try to do a day before trip, but not everyone has the luxury of being able to do something like that. So I just feel like they put out this program, obviously didn't spend the time to think about something new, and thought it would just work with reservations, and it wasn't just working. And so now they had to pull the plug on the Dream Key because they had too many people who had spent $1,400 with high expectations and were not getting anything close to what they thought they were going to get. And it's, I mean, even if you look back at the Flex Pass, like the Flex Pass was nowhere near this difficult to get reservations. Like you could get same day, you could get, like there was barely any days that were out. Not to mention the Flex Pass also had good to go days. So the good to go days, you didn't even have to make a reservation. You could just go on those days. So like we don't even have that as an option for the Magic Keys. So I
yeah.
just feel like I feel like they didn't spend a lot of time. They were obviously losing some revenue because people were stopping and buying tickets. Like everyone had their first rush of buying tickets. Everyone wanted to go back to Disneyland. They hadn't gone for over a year, and then it dropped off. And people stopped buying tickets. Some were still buying them every week or every month or whatever frequently, but not everyone can afford that. And so they probably saw a huge dip in their attendance numbers and their money and everything, and they panicked. And so they're like, let's put out this program and we'll just do it this way. And this is how it's going to be. And then it just backfired on them because it was not well thought out. Because I understand that reservations hold people back to prevent extreme crowding, but in all honesty, yesterday was as crowded, if not more crowded, um, than some of the days I remember in the past. Like probably even more crowded. I feel like reservations create a sense of commodity and a sense of like fear of missing out, FOMO, that like people just hoard reservations. And so they're just hoarding, 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 hoarding. And so even if they don't necessarily want to go, they go because they have a reservation or they feel like they need to
I
go
for
because
sure
they
have
have.
gone once where I didn't want to go, but it was like, damn, I didn't cancel it. I
I
gotta
know.
go.
And so I feel like when there were no reservations, it wasn't like that because if you didn't go, like you're like, oh, okay, I can just go whenever. Like I can go tomorrow, I can go whatever. But like it's like the reservations like make like this huge like everyone just kind of grabs reservations even if they don't want them
Yeah.
because they're like, what if I want to go? And so it's just like this crazy. I don't know. Maybe it'll balance out as people figure out how to like maybe use it more appropriate to their own needs, but for right now. I mean, we also have to think too. This is the first Halloween and Christmas at theme park in over a year. So, I mean, the fact that all of December is gone already, like that just shows you there's demand for Christmas time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Not to mention Mary Farm. Like people didn't even get Mary Farm last year. We were lucky enough to go because we went on opening night, but the second half of that event, like no one even got to go to it because they had to, with the California regulations, they had to shut the event down and refund everyone. So
Oh, we got a super chat from Arlene. Good morning, guys. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, Arlene. Everyone, have a fun and safe time tonight. Who else is ready for Christmas music to start tomorrow? Well, let me tell you, Disney started Christmas music in World of Disney like a week ago. So I already feel like I'm in Christmas mode a week ago, or maybe even two. As soon as I saw snow on the castle, I was like, it's already Christmas. But thank you, Arlene. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you for the super chat. I'm ready for the Christmas music. I can't wait for the there's like a radio station where it's Christmas music all day. I don't know which one it is.
You can't pass over, Mondo. You got to give your opinion on all that now. You're passing over the topic
on the whole reservation and Magic Key concept.
Just the way that Magic Keys have launched and the way that they are right now.
Well, this is my honest opinion. When the Magic Keys got sunsetted, we all knew it was going to be a different feel, a different taste, a different vibe of whatever was going to come. And it almost seems like the word annual pass was like Disney didn't want to mention that ever again. They don't want people to feel like key or pass holders, right, Danny? Like they didn't want that feel no more. They want you to have the key to the magic, right? That like this whole I don't know. It seemed like they had this well-designed program called Annual Pass Program, and people loved it. People were very excited to be pass holders. And now that we're key holders, I just don't feel the connection has not. It hasn't connected, in my opinion. A lot of people might say, "Oh, I love my Magic Key." Good, but for the most part, there's a lot of upset people. I haven't had any issues with the Magic Key. The only time it's been a drawback, you can't just go on a whim, and that's tough because for me and a lot of the people I know that go to Disney, there was no planning involved with the Disney trip. It was like I had a really S day at work. I'm gonna go to Disneyland tonight, right? That happened a lot, Daddy. I'm having a sad day,
especially during like festival holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what, Danny? Let's go get dinner. Like all those thoughts are all eliminated. You know what, Danny? Let's go watch Fantasyland tonight. Nope, ain't no reservations. So Disney has eliminated the go out of nowhere. That's not happening. To convert this these guests into planning all of a sudden, I feel like that's been a very hard transition. And since all of a sudden now that we have to plan, we look forward, right? We look in the calendar, and to see dates not available, especially for people that want to go on the weekends, people being upset is totally understandable. I don't understand. The real concept that I'm not understanding is you tell me I have no blockout dates, but then there's no reservations available. So then do I have a pass with blockout dates? It's like we're in a really weird, complicated position with reservations.
I think the biggest problem for me is, and I think maybe it's why they stopped selling the Dream Key, is I think something's going to happen with the Dream Key and they're going to redo it, because honestly, everyone that I know that has the Believe, which is right underneath us, and the Dream Key, they can go as often as I go.
It's the same.
There's never a time that I'm going that they can't go. And so it's like, and some of them even go more than I do. And so it's like, I almost feel like, why did I spend $500 more, to buy a Dream Key when I could have just bought a Believe Key and been done with it?
I know, that's the thing. Okay, let's keep talking about the key. What was it, like 45 trips or something to make up the difference from is it the Believe to the Imagine? Or what are these the number one key and the number two key? It was like $500 difference. I almost feel like that second key was the good value because maybe some people don't even go 30 times, and you getting the second key, you actually saved a lot of money because you didn't get the highest key, because the highest key is really only giving you a little bit more discount and then fully covering parking. I don't know. The second keys to me is coming out like the winner in this whole debacle. I think.
Yeah.
I will say having a magic key, I have gone a lot, but I feel like if there was no reservations, I probably would be going a lot more, but probably not staying as long. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I've always been somebody where like you just show up, do what you got to do, and then bounce. I feel like I've talked about this before in other live streams. When you have a reservation and I don't have another reservation for like 2 weeks, I'm going to make the most out of this day. I'm probably going to stay longer. I really wonder if the science behind reservations has had people stay longer at the park than if there was no reservations. Because I kind of feel like that's probably a big motivating factor too of reservations, is Disney could forecast, and the whole concept of knowing how many people are there. Disney can staff accordingly and do whatever they need to do. But from the guest perspective, reservations, like, I just feel like since we've been doing it, it hasn't got normal yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where it just sinks in as this normal process. I don't know. It hasn't got normal. I feel like it doesn't feel normal because I could go to Universal whenever I want. I could go to Knott's whenever I want. I think I could even go to Six Flags without reservations. So it's like really only Disney that's doing it. I think that's why it kind of feels weird still. Real quick though, Danny, we got Steve 808 Smiles with the super chat. Happy Halloween. Quick question. Just wondering if you were planning to do Disney World travel tips from your recent trip to Walt Disney World. Steve, I'll do that this week, my friend. I will emphasize that this week.
You've been talking about doing that. You're for sure doing it.
I'm just in Halloween mode, dude. Halloween's over. Steve, thank you for the super chat. I promise this week I will. I got a lot of videos that I want to do.
We got a missed super chat a little bit ago from Veronica Gonzalez for $5. She says, "Happy Halloween and the last day before Xmas. Hot take: Knott's candy is greater or better than Oogie Boogie Bash candy, and it's free."
Oh, dang! I don't know. I didn't do Spooky Farm, but hey, if you're saying it, I can't wait for Mary Farm. Oogie Boogie Bash though does have the quantity. You get beyond the candy. Like a lot of, the phrase I kept hearing from people that went to Oogie Boogie Bash, like, dude, this is my trick or treat candy. Like, I have so much, I need to give it away. But thank you, Veronica. Appreciate the kindness.
We got a super chat from Yvette GA, who sends $5. It says, "Disney changed the descriptions on the keys, including the portion that said no blackout dates for the Dream Key. We can't go during Monday through Friday, which sucks." Yeah, they did change the description.
I didn't know they changed that. That's new to me. Wow. Let's bring that up. I'm curious what that's all about.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Wow. How do you feel about that, Danny? That's kind of crazy, dude.
I know. It's funny that they changed the descriptions after we bought it.
Yeah, that to me, that's kind of like, wait, what? They changing it. All right. Where are we going? We're going to the Magic Key.
Magic Key time.
So the description of what you're purchasing?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So what does it say? Reservation-based admission to one or both theme parks each day of the year. Theme park reservations can be made up to 90 days in advance. This pass can hold up to 6 park reservations at a time on a rolling basis during 90-day window, subject to restrictions. Park reservations are subject to availability and are not guaranteed for any specific dates or park. 50% off select dining, 20. Hey, did that go up? 15 and 20?
No, it's been that way.
No, because I thought the key above this one had more discount. Or was it the same?
That is the Dream Key, Mondo.
Oh, snap. I thought I was reading Believe. I thought thought I was reading Believe. Okay. What got changed? I'm lost here.
You already read it. So they highlighted. It no longer says no blackout days. It just says reservation based admission to one or both theme parks every day of the year. And then it says park reservations subject to availability. So it used to say like no blackout dates. Like that was like a thing. But I mean,
I
like
see.
you said, you are blacked out. You know, if you're going.
Yeah,
And then
that was my issue because I only recall reading from before these things were available or available to purchase, and it said no blockout dates.
Yep. So you can see reservation based admission on the Believe to one or both theme parks most days of the year for the Believe key. So I feel like the Believe key honestly is the better route, and it's the one that's available right now.
Believe key is where it's at, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The whole fact that right off the top you save $500. Yes, you're paying for parking, but dude, $12.50.
Honestly, $15 for parking is not a big deal.
Yeah, you're not paying a ticket admission. That already goes a long way. To be honest, too, I have heard zero complaints about people with the enchant key. I think four park reservations is legit, dude. That's a legit deal, man. I have the stance with the keys. I love the program. The reason why I love the program, I'm not paying ticket admission. Yes, I can't go whenever I want, but for the most part, I've been going kind of when I want, and that's good enough for me right now.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have complaints about it, and I'm just happy I don't have to buy tickets. But I can understand what we were both talking about. I understand why people are upset, and I also don't have a family like with kids to try to plan a trip.
Yeah,
so if I'm trying to plan a day in December for me to take the kids to go to, and there's no dates now in December, like that's super hard. Like I may not be as a family to be able to, go at 10 p.m. the night before and try to get a reservation for the next day because like that's not plausible for them. Maybe they have to get like babysitters because I don't want to bring the kids or I don't know. It just makes it very hard. So I understand why they're upset. It works for me, but it doesn't work for everyone. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why.
We got a super chat from Larissa. What's up, Larissa? She says, friend from Hawaii came in September, and we immediately reserved for the next trip in November. Thank goodness, because those days are gone. And Larissa makes a good point. Disney's over here like, we want you to plan your trips by doing reservations, but then you can't even do reservations, so you can't even plan your trip. It's been a tough battle, dude. My buddy Bowman says, was the Dream Key a bust, or it just needs to be reworked? How do you feel about that? That's a good one.
It just needs to be reworked. I honestly feel that the Dream Key definitely, if people are spending $500 more, I know you're getting a bigger discount and I know you're getting parking included, but they need to have their own reservation availability. And that's where this whole system broke down, is that they're all taking from the same reservation. So I have the same reservation availability as someone that spends $300 on an Imagine key for Southern California residents. That seems totally weird to me that I would have the same reservation availability as someone that spends $1,400 on their pass. It should be they have different reservation availability for, there's the expectation is if you're spending that much money, then you should have different reservation availability than the masses in, the $300 whatever pass. And the same goes for the tickets. They should have their own, which they do. And I'm glad that they do, because those people are definitely spending a lot of money, and they don't have the ability to go as often. So I'm definitely glad that they're not pooling everything together, but I think there still needs to be separate pools in addition to that. Whether each pass has their own pool, or maybe they split it up in like 2 and 2. I don't know how that works, but
I want to say this. Me and Danny talked about the whole reservation key being in one pool. I feel like that's an issue. Just because it's like everybody's battling for the same days and reservations, and it's tough because when you have like the lower keys and then the higher keys, it's just a Hunger game. It's free for all.
Yeah, I think right here, Chanel says it the best. People with the lowest keys all seem the happiest, and that's true.
It's true.
It's
Hey, I have yet to hear. What is this lower key called?
Enchant or Imagine.
Yeah, enchant, believe, imagine. We were all like, man, they're gonna be fighting for reservation. You know, I could only relate this to the frequent fear, which is at Halloween Horror Nights. The days that I've been blocked out, I'm very happy to not be going on those days because those are the most busiest days. So I'm kind of thinking like these other keys when they're not going, you're kind of in a good position because you're not going on the busy days. You're kind of staying away from these like massive crowds. But yeah, 649, Danny, to have 4 reservations. That's a good deal. Honestly, I don't want to say this stuff because if Disney's watching, they're going to be like, we're not going to make it a good deal no more. But
dude, honestly, and the Enchant key paid less than half than what we paid.
Yeah, and they could. I don't know if they could go as much as us because of their schedule and whatever block out dates they have. But 4 reservations is a good deal, very good deal. Independently Blind says, in my opinion, they will fix this. The catch is, as we have seen, it's going to cost us quite a bit more. Love your channel. It's fire. Go Raiders. That's right here. Look at that. Oh, yeah. There we go. The Raiders. Thank you, Independently Blind. Appreciate the kindness, man.
We got Arlene in the chat. She says, my friend has the Enchant key and has never had any problems.
Miss Monica, I personally love having the Enchant key. Didn't expect much, so no complaints. I go whenever I can and have some weekends available. For me, it just is what it is. And a deal for only $40 a month. Damn. I'm a little jealous, Miss Monica, because I pay a lot more than $40 a month.
I'm telling you. I'm like regretting now not buying the cheaper passes.
Yeah. Andrew Bowman. What's up, Bowman? Kind of off topic. The golf video was awesome, Mondo. What's up, Danny? Happy Halloween, fellas.
What's up?
Bowman, I'm going to keep doing more. I know I don't get a lot of views on golf videos, but this channel has always been a labor of love, and I love showcasing things I love to do because it's just fun. So I'm going to do more golf videos. I have a lot of stuff coming that's just nothing to do with theme parks, but I'm going to put it all together. It's going to be really cool. But happy Halloween, Bowman. I miss you, brother. I miss you. I want to state something. This is not my idea, and I feel like this would fix a lot of issues. A lot of issues. It would fix a lot of issues. Disney needs to just create the 2 p.m. reservation. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is that? The 2 p.m. reservation will fix all these issues of the people that just want to go on a whim. I don't know what the amount of these reservations that could be given, but if you could do a 2 p.m. reservation, you're almost telling yourself, I have to go to Disneyland today or I will be penalized. But you're only getting a 2 p.m. reservation because you want to go on a same day basis. So I think opening up 2 p.m. reservations will help out a lot for the people that are trying to go on a whim, for the people that are just trying to go in the evening, not necessarily a morning trip. You know what I mean? Because some people don't know they want to go to Disneyland in the morning. You know, come lunchtime, you're like, I want to go get some quesadilla tacos, Danny. And you can't even have that conversation right now because there's rarely same day reservations, dude. And I feel like that's been a big negative, if that makes sense.
Do you think the reservations right now, because when they first showed us the Magic Key program, they talked about how there would be 4 pools of reservations. There would be a Disneyland start with the Park Hopper, a California Adventure start with the Park Hopper, a Disneyland only, and a California Adventure only. And that's how the Flex Pass used to be back in the day. Do you feel like that would give us more reservation availability if they took away the park hopper option for some of those? So like, hey, you can still go today, but you can only go to DCA. Like, I feel like some people would be happy with that because they can at least still go rather than being faced with I can't do
Hey,
anything.
I'll be happy with just DCA only. If that was the only thing available, I'm cool with that.
Like, do you like the fact now that obviously we can hop whenever, or do you think they should open up more reservations and take away the hopping if you aren't able to get a hopping reservation, like it was originally stated?
What about if only the top the top two keys have park hopping, but the lower ones don't, and the lower ones are the ones that have to do the whole Disneyland only, DCA only. Start at Disneyland with park hopping. Start at DCA with park hopping. I don't know, dude. I feel like the Magic Key program has brought a lot of confusion. And then soon enough, we're going to be more confused because Disney Genie, Genie Plus, and Lightning Lane individual purchase is coming probably this week. I've never seen Disney create things that are so complicating and so confusing, and you have to have the app. The app is becoming like a necessity for a Disney trip these days. It's just the future. We're in the future. I don't know. I'm excited to see where things are going. I think the Magic Key program, if things don't keep going well, I could see them just scrap the program and create a new one. Nobody would complain. No one's going to be like, oh, you're taking my key away too? It's like, no, I'm excited for what's coming. I'm still shocked that we don't have a bi-coastal pass, Danny, because that was a very popular pass that a lot of people owned, and people were very, very happy to purchase, which was, what was it called? The Platinum?
Premier,
the Premier pass, dude. I'm shocked it still hasn't come, dude. We got Carl with the super chat. Hey, Mondo Danny, I was able to secure almost the entire first week of November with the Dream Key. Will you guys be there as well? Fire it up. 5 fires. What's up, Carl? I think I'll be there one day in the first week.
I'll be there one day too.
Yeah. Carl, you are set for a great trip. Hopefully November is kind of a little less crowded, man. That's all I keep hoping for. Oh, dude, but thank you for the super chat. We also got Beatrice. Mondo, Danny, you guys are the best. I think it works for people that plan, but I would love 10-minute booking dates for our Dream Key. Love you guys. Thank you, Beatrice. I think she means like 10 reservation booking days. Like, would that just make the problem worse?
Well, I definitely think the having a pool of reservations for each pass too also helps the lower passes, because you got to think about it. Look at all these higher passes that have 6 reservations, and your enchant or your Imagine key only has 2. Like, what are the odds that, like, if there's any reservations left for you, with your 2 reservations? So if they had to just fight for reservations within the enchant pool and the Imagine pool, like, that might be better for them because they're not having to deal with like the mass of people that have the Dream Key.
Yeah, like, is buying the higher keys, you're just buying like a opportunity to go on the weekends, because you're not guaranteed weekends.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed it.
We got Marie Dill with the super chat. These are there are separate key pools. Unlike the Dream Key, I cannot book the last 2 weeks of December, even if they open. I just looked. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Now, they are not separate reservation pools, Marie. You just have blackout days. So if you we all book from the same reservations, there's no difference in reservations than my reservation pool versus someone that has an Imagine key. It's just some days of the week you cannot go. The Enchant keys and the Imagine keys have some pretty heavy blackout dates within the month of December. So you gotta check the blackout date calendar in addition to the reservation day calendar. That's where Mondo was saying it gets a little confusing because you got 2 calendars to worry about. The reservation calendar kind of does a really good job based on the pass you select when you're looking at it. It'll show you the blackout dates as the ones that have slashes through them, and then the ones that have the circle with the little line through it means that that day is available for you, but it's sold out. There's no more passes that day. So that's we all have the same reservation pool. There's no difference. So it would be nice if there was a difference, but there's not.
Yeah. We got Verdiano with the super chat. Dream key holder here. I reserved well in advance for my October, November, and December days. I'm a planner. It works for me now. And yay for Main Street Electrical Parade. I think if you're a planner, the keys was just natural transition. You're just like, I know what to do. I'm going this day. I want to go this day. I'll keep checking for this day. There it is, available. Book it. I think for the people that are kind of in my boat, where we're like, I want to go get a bread bowl a day, and I want to go on Goofy Sky School and end my night at the Golden Zephyr. That's not a possibility. That is no longer even a thought.
Well, like Mondo was saying, you can't even say, let's go get dinner. Good luck trying to get a reservation, and good luck trying to get a mobile order window if you haven't done it earlier in the day.
Yeah, and one thing too, which I know has been a big, the voice of this conversation has been getting louder. The lack of availability when it comes down to reservations for sit-down restaurants at Disneyland Resort. The reservations are not there. So for all the people that want to plan, it's very hard to plan the rest of your trip, not just the Disneyland trip. It's been tough to get a Oga's, a Blue Bayou, Cafe Orleans, and whatever the case might be. I keep telling people that standby and walk-ins have been at the highest I've ever seen it. But the reservation aspect is just not there. It's just not there. Faith Gonzalez with the super chat. Happy Halloween. Enjoy your day, Mondo and Danny. Mondo, you best be taking Sonic trick-or-treating with Mystery Bay. Be safe and have fun. Thank you, Faith Gonzalez. Appreciate the kindness. We're going to have an awesome Halloween today. I have Halloween Kills later today. That's where I'm taking things. Let me see.
We got Kristinita celebrating 5 months of membership. She says, hey, Mondo Danny, went to Oogie Boogie Bash last night, and it was so much fun. Thank you for the hauntful tips this spooky season.
Oh, yeah. Glad you had a wonderful trip. Hope you get a lot of candy or got a lot of candy. Oogie Boogie Bash, man, it's been a success. People really loved Oogie Boogie Bash this year.
Looks like for Kimberly Moore, she got the Dream Key solely for the parking and the shopping discounts. So for her, that was worth it for her.
And I want to second that. Having parking is super nice because parking is now $30. That hurts.
Yeah, that does hurt. We got a super chat from Space Mountaineer 92 for $4.99. He says, "Do you feel Knott's gets busy on weekends because they don't have a reservation system instead of a free choice selection for their pass holders?"
I'll say over and over again, Knott's got blessed. Universal Studios got blessed, and even Six Flags got blessed by Disneyland sunsetting the Magic Key program. I've never seen such crowds at these other theme parks like they are right now. I think it's a direct impact from Disney not having a pass, because all the other parks, they had a pass when they opened. Disneyland opened and was like, you guys got to buy keys. It's just, man, I feel like it has been a lot busier since Disney has done their program and how they've done things. Let me ask you, Danny, since we're in this key conversation, there's a lot to talk about when it comes down to the keys. What has been the biggest positive of the key? Let's so we're all in the negative. What has been the biggest positive of the keys?
Definitely the parking, at least for the key that I have. Having to pay $10 every time, or like when we were going with tickets, having to pay $25 every time, was adding up. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have that parking back again. Um, I don't. To me, the merch discount doesn't really matter. But it's nice having the food discount. That's for sure. As definitely as the prices continue to go up. So I would say that's probably the biggest positive for me. Obviously, being able to go and not have to buy tickets because anyone who's been following Five Fires for a while knows that Mondo was going a lot to try to bring updates for you guys, but I couldn't always afford to go like that often. So I bought like a 3-day ticket when Disneyland first opened, and then I bought the SoCal resident ticket before the pass came out. And that's all I ever bought. I didn't buy anything else beyond that because it was just too much money to keep going all the time like that. So that I think is the most positive thing for me because I'm able to go at least once every other week if I can, which I wouldn't have been able to do before because that's like $154 each time. So it is good in that sense, and also being able to just the second thing I think the most positive for me is being able to just go and have a relaxed time because I felt like all the times that I bought tickets to go, I wasn't relaxed.
It was
Because
never relaxing. It was
I felt like I was
full throttle from open to close.
yeah, I felt like I was rushing to get my money's worth on that ticket. Otherwise, I felt like I wasted it. So like I like being able to go and literally some of the visits I've been in the last month, I never even rode a ride. I just went and got food, took some videos, enjoyed the atmosphere. Maybe I rode the train or like the Mark Twain, but I didn't feel the need to ride any of the other rides, and I was completely satisfied with that. Like I didn't need to ride anything, but if I had paid $154, I probably wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, my biggest positive of the Keys is that I could visit Disneyland on a frequent basis. And one cost, you just have to pay your key holder payment. And that's a blessing because if you wanted to go to Disneyland 2 times, you had to drop $150 pretty much both times. And then now 30 more bucks, so 180, so $360. Like if you wanted to go just two days, like really separated apart from each other, like you couldn't do a 2-day. That really hurts, and it was. I always want to take a step back, and I understand Disney is this thing that's what is the right word? I want to say not a necessity. It's not essential. I remember that was the big thing back in the Disney's not essential. And it's not. It's Disney's this place where if you have money, you could go to. And I do feel it was getting very expensive and unaffordable. And now having Keys, it makes it affordable. And that's a big blessing to me and to whoever can afford it because now we could go to the park. Not necessarily whenever we want, but when reservations allow it to. So to me, that I've been very thankful for that because paying $180 now, that hurts, Danny. That you haven't even bought a Spirit jersey. You haven't even bought a churro. You haven't even had lunch yet, and you haven't even bought your favorite snack, and you're already 180 in. That's kind of crazy, Dad. I'm just glad I get to go to Halloween time more than once, Christmas time more than once. To me, the Keys are a blessing. I'm very thankful that, for all we know, Disney could have been like, we're just gonna have ticket sales the rest of the year. That would have sucked, dude. That would have what can we do? So I'm just thankful they brought a program back. I really
spent a lot of money.
I really believe. These Keys, what we purchase right now, it's going to be completely different next year. There's no way that this is the same program that they renew next year. I find it hard to believe. I really feel like the 2 p.m. reservation is a really, really strong candidate to please a lot of people. It would help out because you could then go on a whim. And that's kind of what a lot of people have been missing. The same day reservation is, I think, the biggest issue. One of the biggest issues. Obviously, not being able to get a Saturday 2 months from now, that's a big issue too. But I
Yeah.
think Disney's been opening up the schedule quite a bit lately, so it's been a lot more lenient. A lot more
I
lenient.
think they should. I think they should allow same day reservations and also same day cancellations.
Yeah, we
So
haven't even talked about that. I really, really, really would love same day cancellation. I hope Disney takes out the whole wording about being penalized for three no shows. That really sucks, dude. But I guess they want to create a sense of urgency to your reservation where if you don't use it, we'll penalize you. And then if we penalize you three times in a month, we then or in 90 days we penalize you for a month. That really hurts. There has been one day where something came up and I just couldn't go, and then that kind of puts me on the 8 ball because I only have two of those left, Danny. I don't know. Disney's the only pass that's like penalizing their pass holders. I can't think. Six Flags, Knott's, Universal. There's no like drawback to your pass. Only Disney has that right now.
yeah.
I've always found that kind of weird since they created that wording. We got a super chat from the doctor. Haven't seen the doctor on a Speculation Sunday in a minute. Happy to always have you, my friend. Happy Halloween. Mondo, Danny, and the Mod Squad. Fire punch. Heck yeah. Doctor looking like Jack Skellington on the profile pic.
We got a super chat from Demi.
Demi!
$100, and she says, "Happy Halloween, and now can't wait for all our Christmas adventures to come." Disney, damn! I hope that we can do that tour because if they bring that holiday tour back, I want to do it.
Is there a difference between like if you did it in Halloween time than in Christmas time?
Well, they had a holiday tour, so I don't know.
Oh, I
If
see
they're
what you're
gonna
saying.
offer that. Yeah.
And this Christmas time, you would actually get the parade involved now.
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ah,
On a
Demi,
daily basis.
on a daily basis. Yeah. And then Viva Navidad, dude. We haven't even got into this conversation yet. This Disneyland segment is going to be a while today. Entertainment is coming back with a vengeance come Christmas time, and we're like 12 days away. Dude, I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk about all this other stuff. But Demi, thank you for everything. Big shout out to Demi. The reason why we went, she took us to the Nightmare Before Christmas. I had no idea we were even going to do that. And I was so thankful to have done that. And if we get to do a Christmas tour, it's dreams come true, man. I'm going to have to say Christmas time's better than Halloween. I don't care what anybody says. But thank you, Debbie. Let me hit that horn. Appreciate the kindness, Debbie. And good morning.
We got a super chat from Charlie17 who sends $10 and says, I feel like was the goal the whole time. It was to lose people who would just come to the spur of the moment and catch Disneyland with their pants down. It's hard to predict food and staffing for each night. Yeah, we've talked about that so many times. That's the reason for it.
Charlie, we agree. We agree. The biggest benefit is to Disneyland, and it's forecasting. They can forecast. Disney's never been able to do that. They've gone off data. So when they've been wrong, it probably hurts big time from a money perspective. But yeah, I agree, Charlie. Very good points. Very good points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm just reading real quick. We also got Martin with the super chat. Oh, is that a sticker? Am I tripping?
Yeah, it's like a little game controller, and it says "critical hit."
Critical hit. That reminds me of Pokemon. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate it, man.
More in the chat, she says, also in the case of Cafe Orleans, we got there when they opened, and we got in on the walk-up list. That's what you've been saying too.
I've been saying that 100 times. It's the highest. We're in like this time period. Before pandemic, walk-ins were like, ain't happening today. Ain't happening today, buddy. And then reservations were always available. And then it kind of like flip-flop. Reservations are not available, but walk-ins are like the highest it's ever been. Let me see. Just going through the chat real quick. Uh, Axel Heck says, "Do you think character interactions will be coming back anytime soon?" I think in 2021, it's just not going to happen. Uh, I'm almost, for me, I want to say the way Disney's been doing things, they're super happy with the safety of the characters and safety of the guests. And like I've said it before in previous live streams, having the characters be out and about has been the easiest thing. No more this one line, this 1 hour wait for Mickey Mouse, none of that. Now it's more fluent and fast. And I get it. A lot of people want to hug characters, but I feel like if Disney goes long enough without being able to hug characters or be close to characters, it's just going to become a new norm, Danny. I know that might upset people, but I feel like it might become a new norm, dude. It might become a new normal. Space Mountaineer 92 with the super chat. Out of curiosity, in the future, will you and Danny ever visit out to other Cedar Fair parks out of California? Any park in mind? I don't even know any other Cedar parks locations. Where's another one? I just know the one up north, right?
Well, the main park is Cedar Point. That's like their biggest park.
What state?
That's in Ohio.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the one that has all the roller coasters that was always fighting with Six Flags Magic Mountain for the title of who had the most roller coasters in the world. They were always going back and forward. Cedar Point was their biggest money maker, but it's lately been Knott's for like many years, and it's so funny.
And Knott's is the money maker. That's crazy.
It's so funny because all these other parks in Cedar Fair, and Knott's is this tiny little park with weird stuff in it in California, and it makes more money than Cedar Point, which is like this huge park on the Great Lakes in Ohio, and it's just this big, and it's like nothing can make as much money as Knott's does. Like, Knott's
let me tell you, Knott's Scary Farm, they made a lot of money this year. Yeah. Holy smoke, were those crowds insane. But thank you, Space Mountaineer. Dan Vlogs, so with VIP Tour, we will have all that Disney has to offer during the season. So we will have the priority seating for fireworks. Oh, I forgot about fireworks. In the front castle, parades, shows, if any, and more. Damn.
That's worth it for a lot of people, for sure.
Yeah, and Hugo says the distant characters make lines move so much faster. I don't think we're ever going to go back to the old style of meet and greet with the characters, where like Mickey, you could meet Mickey in Mickey's house and you had to wait like an hour, 2 hours. I think that concept is gone. The characters being out and about, I feel like has been a huge success, dude. A huge success. I've never been able to interact with so many characters. And another thing, having the princesses not in the hall is a huge blessing. Having them at the Fantasy Theater right there, I get it. There's no show going on. But, dude, to create that as a meet and greet, it's a perfect setup. Because right there by the Rapunzel statue, you could meet like 5 princesses at like one time. I don't even recall ever a time period at Disney where you could do such a thing, dude. Where you can meet 5 princesses in like 1 minute, or not 1 minute, in like 10 minutes, boom, 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 boom. And then you get to interact with the evil queen that's like right there all the time. Gaston hangs out right there all the time. It's crazy, dude. I really enjoy the new setups that they have for the characters. I do not miss being able to hug Mickey and all that stuff. I feel like that's kind of more like a parent kind of thing. I'm obviously I don't have kids, so I can only speak for myself. Do you miss not being able to hug Mickey, Danny?
No, I never did character meet and greets like that, but I know that like a lot of people really enjoy them.
Some people get passes just to meet characters.
Yeah. Some people really, that's a big priority for them. I know they opened the Town Hall Mickey meet and greet at Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World. That just opened this week. So I don't know how that's working, like if he's still kind of distanced, but that one was the one where like you kind of wait in line and you come into the room and Mickey does magic tricks for you. And he
Okay.
and he talks and says your name and all that stuff.
The I don't know what it's called. The Princess Hall. I'm just gonna call it the Princess Hall over here at Disneyland. The one at Florida just opened, and where it has the three princesses. You never know who it's gonna be, and you go inside and meet the princesses. They brought that back in Florida.
Yeah, and they brought back the Mickey too. So there's two regular character meet and greets that are back. I don't know if you're allowed to like touch the characters, but at least you get the one-on-one time with them. I think people are missing that. It does make it a little bit hard to get photos. Especially like yesterday I was at Disneyland and it was like I told you it was super packed. There was just a gigantic crowd in front of both Mickey and Minnie's house, and like the moment that Mickey walked out, everyone just crowded the front of his house, and
I've seen that happen.
it's like almost impossible for a parent to get a picture with their kids like along the fence without other kids jumping up and like. So it's more for like that's great for like an interaction with the character and like seeing them in their natural environment, but like not for the pictures. And if Disney's going to be trying to sell, these photo pass packages, at least at Walt Disney World or at Disneyland selling Genie Plus to get people to want to get their photos, they're going to need to have these one-on-one character interactions to get those photos back because right now they're missing all that. So, they need that photo pass interactivity to be back again in order to make people more enticed to spend money on that.
Um, I feel like we should use today's Speculation Sunday as a time to look back. What are some things that were created for the pandemic that are still here that you don't mind? If you could think of one. Because it seems like a lot of stuff has carried over from the pandemic time period till today. The
Mm-hmm.
main one, obviously, reservations. But can you think of another one?
I mean, I do like the character interactions the way that they are. I feel like it brings a sense of believability that like Disneyland's the home for like all the characters. So like seeing them kind of just having fun in Disneyland and just being there, that does bring a sense of interactivity that wasn't there before. I think they just need to do it alongside the other ones. But I think that aspect wasn't even necessarily born during during the pandemic. That was actually born of Oogie Boogie Bash, 2019.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of the ones that started it, and then it just kind of carried on. And so I feel like Oogie Boogie Bash started it all, and then the pandemic made it a necessity. And but there are some things like I don't like how they do it at Disney California Adventure where they block off the fountain with those weird stages. Like I like being able to walk up to the fountain at Disney California Adventure. It's part of like those fountains, those stages are not meant to be there. So it looks like an after effect. So those some of those things I don't like. But I would say other positive things from the pandemic
One thing
probably.
I do like, there's hand sanitizers everywhere now. I love that.
Yeah, I like that, and
Another
I
thing I
also
really
like.
like is that all of a sudden this emphasizing on mobile order happened. It was a little ugly for a while, but Disney has really made mobile ordering a stream, like a fast. It's like fast. It's fast and efficient now. I really like that. They have handled their mobile order process really well now.
Hmm. Yeah, that too, and I would also say I like I like the reservations for tickets because I think like essentially like for the tickets and reservations like that lets people plan a lot better. And when you're coming with the ticket, um, knowing that you have a reservation for the park that you want to start in and all that, it's just like it gives you that peace of mind for like when you're coming on a vacation rather than like with a pass, that like a lot of people really like, and it makes it feel more like a like you've got what you wanted. Like, okay, I want Disneyland on this day, I have it with my ticket, and I'm good to go. Like it's not kind of like you feel like, oh, I might come up and I can't get into Disneyland because it's so busy that they're not allowing entrance into Disneyland until later. So I have to go to DCA right now, and then I can come back over. Like that happened sometimes in the past. I don't know if you remember, but
Yeah. Do you think masks are just a thing to stay for probably till next year?
um,
Because Disney does their own thing. They don't really. like for a while you didn't have to wear a mask at all, and Disney was like, you're still wearing a mask inside the inside here. I kind of feel like at least 2021, the whole indoors, I think you're probably gonna have to wear a mask.
Yeah, I don't know that they're going to keep that. Um, if you know, if things change next year, obviously they already took it away. And they had it where like no one had to wear a mask outside, and then only unvaccinated guests had to wear it inside. Um, but for the most part, like no one was really wearing it. So maybe they just kind of keep it this way so that like they can make sure everyone wears the mask inside since they're not counting on people self-policing. But I don't think they're going to keep it. If there's no need for it, depending on the way things go during the flu season and all that stuff, I can't imagine they would keep it. They're definitely going to want to take it away. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, how do you feel? Uh, I feel like we're in like this like really bright period right now because uh, it's been crazy not to have a parade at Disneyland. I think the impact of the parade with crowds, it's gonna get crazy, dude. I don't know if I'm ready for this crazy park November days at Disney, man. I was just
yeah.
talking about it with Paul recently, and how it's nice not having a parade because you just walk through Main Street, go wherever you're going. If there's a parade, you can't just walk through Main Street, dude. It ain't gonna happen. It gets so crazy. And I think when they bring the parade back, they're gonna have two parades again, right?
I don't know.
That's one thing
We'll see.
I don't know either because they haven't said nothing. But I think they're having two parades, one from Small World to Abraham Lincoln Moments, and then Abraham Lincoln Moments all the way back to Small World. Only
Right.
time will tell.
I do say too. I know someone commented on it in the chat, but I I know I haven't worked all day in a shift like that to know like how hard it is. But I know from a customer's perspective, it's nice for the people that are preparing your food and cooking your food to be wearing masks because it feels more sanitary, especially like coming up in this season. So I know it's kind of like for them it may be harder to do that while they're working, but at least from a sanitation perspective, I know other countries the food preparer or food workers do wear masks like that, so they don't breathe on your food. But that or like cough or sneeze or whatever, they got a runny nose because they're not feeling good, like all
Yeah,
that stuff. So that's nice. But I can't speak on behalf because I'm not working in a hot kitchen with a mask on. So I can imagine this is probably very hard.
dude.
So
I have a friend who's a registered nurse. He's like, I'm gonna wear a mask forever in indoor when I work, because for when you go to the doctor, previous pandemic before, like previous to the pandemic before. People didn't wear masks, and he's like, I'm wearing a mask always. Anytime I'm interacting with anybody in that setting, I'm wearing a mask. I was like, I don't blame you, man. Our good buddy of mine, my buddy Tim, he's about to have a baby, and she was informed that when she's gonna have her baby, you got to wear a mask. So it's just so much different. We're just different era now. I don't know how long all this will be happening, but we could just hope things get better, for the future.
yeah.
We got Diana with the super chat. Do you think they will revamp Dream Key and possibly give it a limited number of no reservations, go anytime days in a 90-day period to appease Dream Key holders, or get rid of reservations altogether? That is a jam-packed question. I'll let Danny go first.
That's what I was saying earlier. The Flex Pass had some good to go days that didn't require reservations. They
I
were just
love good to go days.
yeah. So
I'll
that's what
throw
she's
that out
saying
there.
here. That's what she's saying here. She's wondering like if they revamp the Dream Key they bring it back and give them like some good to go days. I agree. I would love some good to go days. And obviously, like they can't maybe do them on like popular periods during the weekends, but they could do it on weekends like in January, February, and March. And then like maybe some weekdays they could sprinkle them out and make them like good to go days. I think a lot of people, more people would be more inclined to come spend money like after work on a certain day, but people using their reservations when they can book weekends for weekdays for just an after work trip, they may not go. But if they're on a good to go day, they might.
You know, Diana brings up a good point. I'm really shocked that the Keys did not have good to go days, Danny.
Yeah.
It almost seems like if there was just good to go days, that would fix a lot of issues.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's no more complaining now. You get this many Saturdays that are just good to go days. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Done. No more reserving on whatever good to go days. I forgot all about good to go days. That was a thing in the Flex Pass. That would fix a lot of things. I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, that's probably what's coming to the new. What was the highest key called again?
Dream Key.
The new Dream Key. That's probably what's coming, Danny. Is good to go days. I'm guessing that'll be the update to the pass.
And
that's
a more
very good speculation
expensive.
on that. They're like $300 more, but now you get good to go days, and the people that already bought it, you're just grandfathered into that deal.
Yeah, yeah. But I wanted to bring up too for Disneyland, since we're on the topic of Disneyland, something happened. Obviously, we got Plaza Point opening last week, which is the new holiday shop on Main Street inside Disneyland. Everyone was wondering and asking Mondo, myself, whoever, what was going to happen to the Castle holiday shop behind the castle, which had been selling ornaments for quite some time, ever since the heraldry shop, left, which was the one where you had all like the medieval crest stuff and all that. And a lot of people too were saying that Plaza Point needed a smellitzer with the holiday smells going on, which they did have at the Castle Holiday Shop, but they didn't have at Plaza Point, and that just makes you immediately feel like you're in Christmas. And Plaza Point smelled good because it smelled like fresh wood, fresh paint, since it was all brand new, but it wasn't what you'd expect in a Christmas store. And so I went yesterday, obviously, and the Castle Holiday Shop is closed and the windows are boarded up. So it's very clear in the little spaces in the window. You can see that they're clearing it out. And actually, one of the window displays is already gone. So Castle Holiday Shop is currently being gutted. What it's being gutted for, though, we don't know. And then also, update too for the Plaza Point store, they moved the Smellitzer from that holiday shop over to Plaza Point. So now Plaza Point does have the Christmas smells in it when you walk in. So if you guys were able to notice that this weekend, that's why. But I still feel like, Disney, they always say Disney doesn't want to spend money unless it's going to make them money. They don't want to spend money on something that's not going to make them money. So, and that makes sense, as a business. And so people are expecting, the Castle Holiday Shop to just be some sort of new store. Mondo was saying he'd like it to be something where it's like Fantasyland stuff.
I want it to be Fantasyland orientated.
Yeah, I feel like that's already kind of what you get with the Enchanted Chamber and then also with Mad Hatter. So I didn't really feel like there's a need for that per se. And they also have some Fantasyland related stuff in the Small World Holiday Shop. So you got plus you have Fantasy Fair gifts and Le Petit Chalet, like right outside Matterhorn. So there's all these Fantasyland shops. So I just feel like another shop, I don't know. Like,
what about if they create a Disney Genie hub right there in Fantasyland?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If Disney's only spending money when they're making money, I can't imagine a way for them to make more money than opening up Lightning Lane for Peter Pan. Like, I can't imagine a ride that
would be sold out every weekend, no matter what.
And I feel like they can use that building as like the new main entrance for the Peter Pan queue, and you enter through a building, and then it comes out and it gets reworked into the station on the other side, and they can rework that whole queue. Peter Pan let it go down for like a good few months while they rework that and build a Lightning Lane in for Peter Pan. The only thing I don't know is currently right now, all these Disneyland attractions, they don't have to fix their queues to be handicap accessible because they're grandfathered into old building codes from the 50s. That's why all the lines, like in Small World or in Snow White, you're in there and you're just like so tight. It's because they were made for building codes in the 50s and they're no longer acceptable with standard current day standards. But I know that there's these weird rules with California, like if you make changes, then you have to update said place to be current day. So I don't know if they rework the Peter Pan queue, if it then makes them the state of California say, okay, we won't, you can't get a permit for this build unless you rework this entire queue to be accessible. And so that's what I don't know. It's like I feel like it'd be a great thing to make that rework the Peter Pan queue to add Lightning Lane, but I don't know if them having to do that means they have to redo the whole queue so that it is accessible and they're no longer grandfathered in because they're making changes. So it's, I don't know. I mean, but Matterhorn did it and they didn't have to change their queue. They added Fast Pass where there wasn't before. So, you know,
what was that Christmas shop behind Peter Pan? What was it before?
The heraldry shop.
What does that mean?
It was like they sold like medieval stuff, like armor and swords and stuff like that. But essentially, you could go in there and they would let you look up using historical records and things, like look up your family crest,
Wow.
from like your last name and like what it goes back, like where it goes back to, like your history, your ancestry, and like what country it would be and what your crest would look like based
That sounds
on.
so interesting. I'm shocked they got rid of that.
Yeah, they
They're
actually
like, you
still
know
have.
what, Daddy? We need ornaments.
They still have that queue, or they still have that shop in Epcot in the UK pavilion. You can still do that stuff.
I've never
Uh,
been to it. The UK Pavilion is still one that is a lot of uncharted territory for me. We got to go there next time when we go.
yeah, yeah. So they had the same shop, and it was third party run. And then they just, they ended up leaving, or Disney booted them or whatever, and then turned it into like a holiday shop instead, because we didn't have one at Disneyland. So it made sense for them to have like I said, ornaments are a big, huge deal for people on vacations. Even if they're coming in July, they still want to get their family ornament for that year.
Mm.
So like having an ornament shop, is a huge deal. So they built one there, but now they got a bigger one.
Let me ask you, what is Disneyland in need of? Like when it comes down to a shop, I really can't think of one.
Honestly, I don't think Fantasyland needs a shop. They've got so many shops. So I know that the Enchanted Chamber is right next to it. I don't even know what they use that for anymore. It used to be
The
like
one right after Peter Pan, like that's been like the Fantasyland shop, really.
one
Or
after
sorry,
Peter
the
Pan.
one after Pinocchio. The one after Pinocchio, right before Red Rose Tavern.
Well, yeah, that's not even a shop anymore.
That's not a shop anymore.
No, I mean they put stuff in there sometimes, but it was character meet and greets for a while.
Wow, that used to be the Tangled, right?
Yeah, it used to be Tangled meet and greet. Then it was the Elsa and Anna meet and greet. And then it like they put random gifts in there like that were Beauty and the Beast related after they opened Red Rose Tavern.
Eh,
But you've
eh,
got you've got so many shops. You've got Enchanted Chamber, which is the one that's literally in the castle, and
dude,
then
I already know what it's gonna be. It's
what?
gonna be a freaking meet and greet, a special meet and greet, Fantasyland themed.
But there's no space for line though. They can't have a meet and greet with no line.
Boarding groups.
Boy,
It's a Lightning Lane specific meet and greet.
I think
It'll be the first of its kind.
I just think the space would be best utilized to do Lightning Lane for Peter Pan. They just need Peter Pan needs a bigger queue, and what else better space to use that for than Lightning Lane access right there. Like they could do individual Lightning Lane for Peter Pan and it would sell. So
Dude,
easily.
I don't know what that space could be used for. Uh, I feel like if they just closed it, it wouldn't be missed. Nobody's missing that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know what that could be used for. We'll see. We'll see where things go. Let's talk about what the heck is happening with Toontown and the outside of Toontown with the Fantasyland Theater. Is that even Fantasyland Theater anymore? That's the big question, dude. That refurbishment is quite extensive with whatever they're doing. Um, Who knows what show's ever gonna come back there? I will say the show that used to be Mickey's Magical Map. That's missed, man. Having that show was great. It was a great time to take a break with the families, kids, and whoever. Be in the shade. It was just a great venue to have that type of entertainment, and I feel like it's greatly missed. What do you think's going on with that whole area right outside of Toontown, Danny?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say too. Tracy D in the chat, she says it sounds like Mondo needs to do a Fantasyland walkthrough video.
Oh yeah, it's coming this week. I'm gonna hit the ground running with this Christmas this whole Christmas direction. I was just in Halloween mode.
But not only that, not only Christmas, but like vacation planning too, getting back.
Oh yeah, the Walt Disney World stuff I'm gonna do next week. I'm gonna do that next week.
But that whole space outside, honestly, I don't understand the look. Someone needs to explain to me that knows, like someone from behind the scenes or something. Like I don't understand the move from the pavement to these like fake bricks. Like
I don't understand that either.
Because they don't look good. I can tell you that right now. The ones that have been done and are exposed and people are walking on them, they look gross. Like they look really bad. And they're stained already. They got gum on them and stuff. They just don't look very good. Like the pavers on Main Street, they added those. Those look amazing, and they still look amazing to this day. All down Main Street, those pavers look great. But like these, I don't understand the look that they were going for. Like why just this little strip of land directly in front of Toontown? Like unless there's some big picture new Toontown entrance that we're missing and we just don't know about, that could be. But like I don't get the move. I don't understand the move of this whole little it's just a brick pathway that starts roughly by where It's a Small World is. So you have this like weird hard transition from like pavement to like red bricks, and then they stop abruptly right underneath the bridge. So like it's not even like a full walkway of bricks like into Toontown. It's just like bricks for a little bit and then stop. Like, and they're not even like really good looking bricks. So I just don't understand what they're trying to do there. Like maybe it's more, like I said, maybe we're missing the bigger picture on what's coming. I know that the stuff that's behind the wall now, closer to Small World, they're kind of like reworking the pathway on that side. But still, I don't understand the bricks. Like maybe it's just to kind of beautify the area as they prepare for Toontown. But I think the biggest thing that I noticed yesterday, and Mondo and I talked a little bit about this on last Speculation Sunday, we were both curious to see if Toontown was going to be decorated this year for the holidays, because we felt like there was a lot of beautification left to do inside Toontown, and we thought maybe they just weren't going to decorate for the holidays, because whether it was they're going to be working on the buildings or they were going to close it. Yeah, you can see here when Mondo's walking through. I don't know if he shows the ground or not.
Yeah, I do right here. Hold on. I'm getting there. Right here. Yeah, here we go.
Look, it just transitions to brick out of nowhere. But it doesn't continue. It just like you can see right ahead where like the tunnel starts.
The bricks just stop.
Yeah, so I'm just like, what?
Is Toontown gonna get fully bricked? Maybe.
You got me. I don't even know.
What? Okay, well let's talk about it. Why would you start bricks right here? I'm pretty much at the beginning of the bricks. Yeah. Why would you only do bricks from right here to Toontown entrance right there?
There's some, like I said, we're missing something. We just don't know the bigger picture.
Yeah, we were like, what's going on here, dude? Look at these bricks. When we walked there, we're like, well, I guess it's bricks. It's just random, dude. You see, because look at the ground here. There's just no cement. Bricks.
Yeah, it's just cement.
Yeah, it's odd, dude. And then let me see if I could go back real quick. It's like loading. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say the fact that we're seeing Toontown decorations through Christmas means that there's definitely no closures coming into Toontown as they prepare for the arrival of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We're still more than a year out, so It doesn't seem like there's all that much work to do, but there's still a lot of work to do, and they're really dragging this one out. So it's going to be dragged out for a while. But the fact that there's, we thought that we might see some closures in Toontown as they prepared. Maybe they just close it all together for a few months as they kind of redo and beautify all the buildings. Maybe that is still coming down the line. But at least for those planning vacations between now and the end of the year, I think it's a pretty good indicator with the Christmas decorations on the building that Toontown's not closing, at least during this time. So that's a good thing. I mean, the Christmas decorations popping up kind of confirm that. So
There we go. Got it.
yeah,
That looks so
that was the one I
nice.
sent you, right?
This is Twitter.
Oh, on my Twitter, yeah. But yeah, Mondo reported on the first day that the Jessica Rabbit was taken out of Roger Rabbit. He also reported that the sign was changed. It was made into a flat, just printed sign. When I was there yesterday, I noticed that the sign was back and it's 3D again. It's got the Roger Rabbit on it. So they didn't change anything. They just kind of redid him. So he's back to his old 3D sign. There's no longer just a flat sign there anymore. So they kind of did it along with the Christmas decorations.
And then the biggest one, look at that.
They added Lightning Lane.
Dude, Lightning Lane. Oh, man. I do want to say, I know Lightning Lane was coming, obviously, but at least they're theming it at Disneyland. There wasn't too much theming going on at Walt Disney World. This kind of just goes with the flow of the ride,
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Other things that are happening. Have you heard any talk about what's going on with Harbor Galley and Pelican Landing or whatever they're calling it?
No, I haven't heard a single thing.
I still can't believe Disney hasn't announced not one thing of why they're doing all that construction in that part of Fantasmic area.
Yeah, I thought we'd get some more information on it. It's just weird. And it's weird that they actually spent the time to have like an artisan come hand paint a sign on the fence that says Pelican's Landing coming soon. Like it's some big thing, but we know nothing about it. You know what I
Never
mean?
even heard of Pelican Landing. I don't even know what it's about. I'm guessing Harbor Galley is going to get a remodel. If I'm not mistaken, the walls are covering up Harbor Galley now, Danny.
Oh, they are?
You could not eat at Harbor Galley. So
I didn't notice that.
yeah. Dan D just posted. Did you hear about Shanghai closing?
No.
Yeah, it was something got announced today. Let me look it up real quick. Disney.
I don't know that it's closing, but like you have to take a COVID test like as you're exiting the park.
Yeah, it says right here, 6 hours ago, Shanghai Disneyland under lockdown due to COVID-19 investigation. So I don't know. I won't talk too much about it because it's all just happening. So maybe we covered that with more information to come out. Hopefully nothing. Man, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. It just happened.
But that about does it for Disneyland, really. There wasn't too many updates. Obviously, we saw Christmas coming in full force. World of Disney, like you mentioned, playing Christmas music.
Real quick, dude. Real quick. I usually hear some chisme about the fantasy. What is the Christmas parade called?
A Christmas fantasy parade.
A Christmas fantasy parade. There has been zero talk about the parade because usually it gets filmed really early on. And this year, not even a peep. I don't know if they're going to do any filming for that parade because they usually do a Christmas special. Right, Danny?
Yeah, I know what
I
you're saying.
have heard zero conversation about that. If anybody has any chisme, if the parade's going to get filmed, hit me up. I would love to know. Because that day's a lot of fun. They give out free Mickey hat or free Mickey ears, Santa hats, clothes. That's like the only time Disney be giving free stuff out. So I want to get some Mickey ears. or the Santa Mickey ears.
But that about does it for Disneyland. We're just kind of waiting for Christmas to come. Mondo and I have bets going on the tree. Mondo says Thursday. I say tomorrow. I say it's in place tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the Christmas tree lands Thursday. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
For all we know, it could be up midnight today and just be up for tomorrow, like Danny's saying.
I think you're right though. I think we're gonna have the pumpkin for sure will be gone tonight. The moment the park closes, the pumpkin's gone, and then we'll probably have this weird like period where it just has like plants.
Yeah, it's usually just like it's nothing. Jose
It's
says,
like a plant.
nope, no filming this year, bro. As of right now, parade cast members haven't talked about it. Yeah, they would be the ones to know because they're the ones in it. So I get what you're saying. Here we go. NF says ABC website has no info on it when it will air either. Damn. Okay. Watch it happens tomorrow. It's just all like, there's no way though. There's no way. I really enjoy those Christmas. Anytime Disney films stuff on property, it's always a big event, and it's really cool to see. Really, really cool to see in person.
Any last thoughts, Mondo, on Disneyland?
I'm very excited. It's the return of entertainment. We're going to have the Festival of the Holidays. They're going to be, I could imagine probably today they're doing it. They're going to start setting up that platform that they put at World of Color. There's going to be a lot of new decorations coming through this week. I can't wait to keep covering it all. Lightning Lane's going to keep popping up everywhere. So excited to see that. I'm going to speculate right now. This is the week that we get announcement for Disney Genie Plus. Maybe it's not all the information, but it's probably a date. Hey, Disney Genie Plus is going to launch on November, blah, blah, blah. You know, I think it's going to happen this week. So if they do announce something related to Disney Genie, we will definitely be covering it here on Five Fire's YouTube. And we will break it down like a fourth grader because it is going to be complicating. And I know a lot of people are going to be lost. What the hell is Lightning Lane? What is Disney Genie Plus? Do I have to pay for Disney Genie? There's going to be a lot of that questions going on. I could just imagine.
Yeah, you know, another thing too I'm excited for is the hotels. The hotels this holiday season are going to have their decorations too, and people forget about the hotels. That's a full kind of thing too.
Danny, what does the Grand Californian do for Christmas time?
The same thing that they do for Halloween. They have that kind of little corner display with all the Christmas treats. They've got similar kind of. They've got some spiked apple cider and some regular apple cider and different kind of cocktail options and things like that. I know Napa Rose has some festive drinks at their bar. I don't know if the Craftsman's bar is going to get in on that. I would love to see what they're going to do for the hot dog of the month over at the Craftsman's Grill.
I forgot all about that. Craftsman's Grill to me has been like this forgotten restaurant, dude. I just same thing with Craftsman's Grill, which used to be Whitewater Snacks. I just like they're irrelevant to me now, dude. There's no draw. There's no like, hey, come here and get this. The hot dog of the month doesn't carry the weight no more, man.
But yeah, they got that. And we can see what they're gonna do. Trader Sam's always has some holiday drinks too, which is really fun. So they usually have a holiday mug release too. So we'll have something to look out for that as well.
She says, what about the Christmas trees at Land, dude?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And usually each hotel has its own Santa Claus meet and greet. So I don't know if they're going to be doing that this year per se, but they usually do. And a lot of people come.
Oh, get their Christmas meet and greet at the Grand Californian?
Yeah, they have Santa there every year. They have Santa in his modern retro, style over at the Fantasy Tower in the Disneyland Hotel. He's got a whole like living room set up. So we'll have to see if any of that's come in. I don't know. It's going to be different.
Hey, I know we haven't talked about this. I know we're at the end of Disney. What about Disneyland hotel updates, Danny? We got anything to talk about? What the hell's up with Steakhouse 55, man? It's so sad to see that restaurant just doing nothing.
I don't know. No updates as of right now. I really haven't even been over there lately to even go to Trader Sam's or Tangaroa. I know we were kind of all going over there for a little bit, but it's it hasn't been on the forefront of my mind, but I should probably head back over there and check out what's going on. We haven't really gone vertical yet with the hotel. It seems like they're going down. You know, they got to build basements at that hotel, some pretty deep basements. So that's probably going to be taking a lot of time before we start seeing that thing go up. So
yeah. We got a super chat from Always Night. Thank you for the super chat. I do not see a comment, but I will look out for it. Always Night. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. My closing thoughts. I'm very excited. I feel like Disney is about to transition into this like super magical time period of Christmas. I love walking down Main Street with the music and the garlands and the freaking tree. The one thing I do want to say, I hope the tree lights work when the lighting ceremony happens, because in 2019 and 2018, it seemed like the first half of the tree was never working ever. So I hope there's been some refurbishments to the tree, because it's kind of weird to see a lighting ceremony and half the tree's not lit up. You ever see that, Danny?
Many times. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like it would have snow only the top half.
Yeah, like only the top half of the tree lit up. You're like, oh, well, okay. But I'm excited.
Don't forget to. I'll be at Walt Disney World for the holidays. Maybe I can do an update video for.
Dude, that'd be badass. I love that. One thing too to talk about. I really believe that the Christmas foodie guide, probably tomorrow. Any day now at Disneyland.
Like Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, it's going to be here soon. I'm pretty sure it's going to be here soon.
Dude, I'm having some high hopes for the holiday foodie guide, because the Halloween one just wasn't cutting it for me. Was not cutting it for me.
Halloween foodie guide just didn't hit this year. But
don't forget, too, not only do we have to have the holiday foodie guide, but we also have to have the booth menu released, too, for festival holidays.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of food coming. If you're ready to eat some food at Disney, it's coming hard, like harder than ever. Like just the festival of holiday has like 40 or 50 foods in itself. Like, not even talking about DCA foods, Disneyland food. It's going to be crazy. We got a super chat. Want to go back. Sorry for missing this one, Slot Slayer. Hi, guys. Do you know what consequences are for forgetting to cancel a reservation? I have a dream key. You want to break it down, Danny?
Yeah, so you get 3 reservations that you can no-show on in a 90-day period. And if you miss 3 reservations where you don't cancel the day before and you cancel day of, then or no-show, then you're penalized if you do 3 of them with the ability to not make reservations for a whole month. So for an entire month, even if there are reservations available and you have available reservations, you just can't book anything. So they'll strip away your ability to make reservations for a 30-day period until you've gotten through that, and then they'll let you make reservations again.
And I don't even know if Disney's tracking if people miss reservations. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but I'm just going to throw that out there. But thank you, Slot Slayer. Just do not miss the 3rd one, because you get penalized and you do not lose the reservations that you already had. It's just you can't make one. All right. Do not forget to hit that like button, everybody. I appreciate all the kindness and support. Happy Halloween. Do not forget to hit that like button. We're going to go into Knott's Berry Farm. Knott's Scary Farm, from beginning to end, it seemed like the crowds were there every single bit of the way. I feel like Knott's Scary Farm was a huge success this year, even though they only brought 1 maze this year, which is a little sad, but it is what it is. For the most part, the scare zones were great. The houses were great. I really never had like I don't want to walk through that one. Maybe Dark Entities, but Jay was like always bringing the fire in his area. I hope we get a lot of refreshing start to Knott's Scary Farm. It needs some freshness, Danny. It's getting a little stale. It's getting a little stale out there with these houses.
Yeah, no, I do. I was just thinking about how like I really did like how with Halloween Horror Nights, a different topic, but how they brought back some of the older mazes. So I feel like Knott's can maybe do that too. You know what I mean? Like they don't necessarily have to come up with some brand new idea, but if they got like a classic that's a favorite that people like Dollhouse and all that other stuff.
Dude, bring them back. Bring them on back. There ain't nobody complaining.
Bring them back, but like with like a new flair, like some kind of new animatronic they got going on in there.
A perfect example, Halloween 4 came back with the vengeance. I don't want to say people weren't a fan of Halloween 4 in previous year, but this year, Halloween 4 was great. It was really good.
Yeah.
I almost want to say kind of what they did a Pumpkin Eater. Pumpkin Eater wasn't the best in 2019. 2021, they did a wonderful job. Added more theming, more scares. It was great. I loved Pumpkin Eater.
And they brought back the scare actors in the scare zone before the maze.
Yeah, and that was missing. I hated that they didn't have that in 2019. You just like walk through it and you're like, but Knott's Scary Farm. I'm very happy for Knott's. I'm very happy for Knott's in the aspect of like the money side, as a business. I'll say it again. I was really scared. I've told Danny this many times before the theme parks open. I was like, I don't even know if people are gonna want to go back to theme parks. Like the movies, like I don't even know if people still want to go to movies these days. But I wasn't sure if people would want to go back to theme parks. And now that we're here at this point, fast forward, people are going to theme parks at the highest capacity I ever seen, especially at Knott's Scary Farm, man. I've never seen, this is to me the busiest Knott's Scary Farm I've ever seen.
Do we see a Knott's foodie guide being really good this year? Are you having high hopes?
I think Knott's knows that Halloween wasn't the whole Halloween treat aspect. I feel like it wasn't a home run. I really feel like Christmas. Let me just be straight up. They got a little weird with their whole Scary Farm stuff, matcha, frog legs, and whatever else they came up with. A hot dog with no bun. Remember that, Danny?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for Christmas, they're more traditional and they're kind of saying, we love this. Keep doing this. I don't think they're going to get too weird with the Merry Farm menu. But I'm very excited. They usually, Ghost Town Bakery transforms into all Christmas, which that's a lot of fun too. All the new treats. I can't wait to see all the new dishes that get created throughout all the different areas of Knott's Berry Farm. Fiesta, Ghost Town, Boardwalk Barbecue, and just everything in general. I have a hunch. This is the return of Walter Knott Theater. So that's really cool that they finally bring back the theater because I know it's being used for Puppet Up, but I'm talking about like regular park hours. They haven't used the theater at all.
I know. It's the return.
And I like when Knott's has the theater because for me, Knott's is about the rides, but at the same time, it's about the shows, the food, the ambiance. That makes Knott's Berry Farm to me. And I'm very excited for Christmas time in Merry Farm. Real quick, Dan, we got a super chat from Darlene Roberts. She just went to Knott's Scary Farm, I think for the first time. I had the best time at Knott's Scary Farm. I went on 5 mazes. Jay was fabulous in Dark Entities. I hung out with Noah for a couple mazes with my friend Mikey. I had a blast. Bring on the 5. 5 fires. Darlene Roberts, I'm glad you had the bestest of time. I saw you out there. You were always smiling. We got Raul the Doctor with the super chat. I heard the Doctor and Mondo were at Disneyland Thursday and didn't run into each other. It was Raul all along. Dude, Doctor, you hit me up when you go to Disney, man. I'd love to meet up with you, dude. We got Larissa with the super chat. Have you listened to Knott's podcast? I have not. Let me read it. Have you listened to Knott's podcast regarding Scary Farm? They're really going for a cohesive storyline throughout, so I'm excited for next year. Danny could actually talk a little bit on that. Give us some insight on that, Danny.
Yeah, I like the cohesive storyline too. The whole origins, Waxworks was like the first step of that. They're really trying to go for this like kind of universe of like Scary Farm, like how, like why the event started, and then the mazes kind of go into that. Um, Mesmer of the Mind definitely plays into the whole carnival theme that they've got going on, as well as Dark Ride. It all plays into part of that. So they're really trying to stay on theme, so they can't stray too much from that. I think that's why we got additions to Pumpkin Eater rather than Pumpkin Eater going away, because really no other maze fits into the Hollow better than Pumpkin Eater. The Pumpkin Eater idea fits so well into that story with the witches and the creatures that are in the Hollows. It just works well together. So even with like Wicked Drums, the burning ceremony, it's all part of like everything's themed really well for each specific area. That's one thing that Knott's does so much better than say like Universal, is Universal just kind of like sticks mazes wherever, and there's no real like cohesive theme to kind of what they got going on. Um, Even at Universal Orlando, like they have some pretty heavily themed um, like
Areas
scare
everywhere.
zones. Like they have
Everywhere.
scare zones that are like really heavily themed, but there's no real like cohesive theme going on. It's just like these are our scare properties. Here's a maze for it. Bam. And some people like that style. And then like Knott's Berry Farm is very unique in the sense that it's like the park has transformed into like this haunted version of itself, and there's very much storytelling involved and heavy theming, and it's just really cool. So I
It
agree with Larissa in that sense that they are going for a cohesive storyline. So I'm excited to see what they put in place
what
at the Mystery Lodge.
what I heard, and I think Danny heard this as well. It's almost like not Scary Farm is creating this like universe, this like connected universe, right? That
Yeah,
like connects to its lands. So we have Origins was like the first one. Well, I guess Pumpkin Eater really. Dark Ride I don't think is going anywhere. Origins is staying. Uh, Mesmer's obviously staying. That's not going nowhere for a while. Uh, but Mesmer kind of goes with that area because it's like a circus. Uh, the one that I'm wondering is whatever comes to the Mystery Lodge next year. I hope it's fire. Um, I don't know what direction Knott's Scary Farm. Like I don't even know what I would want. I just want new. I want new. That's all I want. Uh,
yeah,
but then again, the crowds are insane and people love what they delivered. So Knott's was a success. But just like as a fan, I want more new. I want a fresh take. The Goring 20s, give us a maze to put with the scare zone. I'd be down with that. I
yeah.
love
Like
a
we don't.
Goring 20 maze. And give us a
Yeah, we don't.
speakeasy. I can't say it enough. How the heck do we not have a speakeasy to go with the Goring 20s, dude? I would have loved to drink Devil's Elixir. I don't even care if it tastes bad. I just would want to drink one.
Yeah, and also too, like we don't know what Knott's plans are for new or expanding things. We had an announcement that we were invited to prior to the pandemic. I don't know if that was just going to be the announcement of the 100th anniversary celebration or if it was something more. Leading up to the 100th anniversary, there was a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation that Knott's was going to be investing in their next phase of the Ghost Town expansion behind Ghost Rider. So the area that they only open up for Scary Farm behind behind Ghost Rider, they were going to turn those backstage buildings and just get rid of them and turn that into an expansion of Ghost Rider or Ghost Town, excuse me, including a new roller coaster. Um, so there, who knows if what the future of that's going to be. Obviously, that would change the landscape a lot as far as Scary Farm goes. So some of those mazes might have to relocate. including maybe that's why Paranormal Inc. was the next one to go, because maybe that's part of a space that's going to be utilized for expansion of Ghost Town. And some of those outlier mazes like the depths can stay, at least for the time being. But maybe the part right there is part of the expansion. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that was a big rumor. I know Mice Chat too was posting a lot about that prior to the pandemic, about the expansion of Knott's Berry Farm. So we don't even, Knott's hasn't really announced anything new at all in the last. Even the newest thing on Knott's Berry Farm is like is the Berry Tales, obviously, but that was completely done like way prior to the pandemic. Mondo and I rode that ride in 2020, like at the beginning of 2020. It was already done and ready to go. So that was like a expansion that kind of just got shoved into 2021 in late 2020 because of kind of what was going on. But we don't truly know what the 100th anniversary was going to bring to Knott's, and I guess we won't find out until later. So.
We won't find out till 200 years of anniversary. We got a super chat from Magic Park Hoppers. Nice video on Thursday. Definitely made our day 5 fires. Do you think they'll put up the Christmas tree on Monday or the week after? Danny says tomorrow. I say Thursday. That's where we stand.
The only reason why I said tomorrow is like Mondo had shared someone on his Instagram posting a picture of the tree fully decorated and standing up like backstage by small Splash Mountain, because when you're walking on the tram route, you're walking behind Splash Mountain, and there was, you can kind of see through the fence as you're walking on the tram route because it's just got like a mesh going on. So like there was, some keen eyes were seeing the whole tree fully standing, and I looked for it yesterday and there was no tree there. So I was like, they moved that thing somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
See, so it's already fully decorated. Look at that. It just doesn't have the topper on it, but it's fully decorated.
I feel like that tree looks different decoration-wise than in 2019. Remember 2019, we got like this weird orange tree? I feel like this is going to be red and green more. I don't think orange goes very well with Christmas.
So I was gonna say, since I felt like it was moved already, so I'm like, maybe they moved it closer in place. So I thought maybe Monday, but I forgot they still got to take the pumpkin out, so maybe it's not Monday.
Yeah, I'm excited. Whenever it does come, it's gonna be really awesome. Another thing about Merry Farm, it doesn't start until November 19th. So I do want to let people know that Disney's going to start pretty much a week before on the 12th. And Universal, I don't think they're till like the 26th or something, if I can remember. But I'm excited. Knott's Berry Farm is going to bring a lot of the Christmas cheer very soon. It's going to be nice to just have a regular Knott's Berry Farm again that like stays open past 6. It sucks to have the park closed so early, man, because it was only Scary Farm, obviously. And I'm really excited that too about Disney, because having that whole crowd from California Adventure come into Disneyland is pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
We only have 5 Merriest Nights events, so there shouldn't be too much of a huge impact. I know like a couple of the dates are in November and like 2 or 3 were in December, so there shouldn't be like a major impact like we saw with Oogie Boogie Bash as far as like crowds.
Yeah. What are you most excited for when it comes down to Merry Farm, Danny?
The snow. Knott's goes hard on the snow, so I really hope they bring it back. They obviously couldn't do it during Taste of Merry Farm. For those of us that got to experience it, they had the lighting ceremony that usually precluded the snow, but they didn't do the snow, obviously. So I'm hoping they are able to bring that back this year, because Knott's does a really good job with snow.
One thing I could only hope for as a guest and as a fan of Knott's Berry Farm, I would love for them to start mobile order. I would love for Knott's to have mobile order. Maybe they just wheeled it out to meal plans only, but I love the idea of mobile order. And one rumor we keep hearing that Coasters could close down and become something else, right? I think it was Coasters. Because we already have too many burger spots at Knott's. I don't know what Coasters can become, but I've said it before. I want Johnny Rockets to close and become a character dining like Disney does. It would be the greatest idea, man. Greatest. Because then you could keep theming it to whatever season you're in, and the characters
we don't need Johnny Rockets.
Johnny, I don't even know who. Like, I never hear somebody go, "Dude, you want to go to Johnny Rockets?" And I'm talking about when you're inside Knott's. Like, nobody ever recommends Johnny Rockets. And Johnny Rockets, to be honest, is pretty expensive at Knott's Berry Farm.
And it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, Johnny Rockets is big. I'm not hating on Johnny Rockets, but if it could become a character dining, imagine during Christmas, like, it'd be great. You have and then Snoopy on Ice is going to be coming. It's just great theming all around. Really, really great theming. But I feel like mobile order would be a great step in the right direction for Knott's Berry Farm because mobile order works wonderful at Disneyland. They figured it out. Just hire the same peoples and bring that idea. And one more thing, I know a lot of people have been saying this. We need Knott's Berry Farm to have a better cohesive app. like the same thing goes to Universal. Disneyland is actually in the forefront, right, Danny? When it comes down to the app, they're bringing Genie Plus soon. Whenever that update goes down.
Yeah. All I gotta say though is that I don't know if Android phones have sort of like a wallet like Apple phones do, but every single one of these theme parks needs to add the ability to add our passes to Apple Wallet. Now, I know there's third-party apps that allow you to do that, but they've kind of been taking them away from the Apple Store, the Apple App Store. But like, we need to be able to add our pass to Apple Wallet. 'Cause I can't tell you the amount of times try to load your pass and like you just have no internet, so it's just loading, and you're like sitting there like trying to get your discount at a restaurant, or you're trying to scan it at the gate, and then the customer's all irritated that you're like taking so long, and it's just like you won't let us print out our passes to use it on a thing. But if we had an Apple Wallet pass, it's just so easy to just double tap and it can show it to them. So Knott's needs to do that too. I know Knott's used to have that, and maybe they still do. I have to like try to get it in there. Knott's had it, so they were already ahead of the time with doing theirs. And Universal definitely needs it with their little paper ticket action. So you don't even have a digital copy of it.
I know. I hate that Universal doesn't let you have a digital version of your annual pass.
Yeah.
One thing too about Knott's Berry Farm, like Danny was mentioning earlier about the extension beyond Ghost Town. I really hope they bring a dark ride. I want a dark ride, and I think like Mickey and Minnie's, that has been overdue for a long time. I think we need a Snoopy dark ride in the biggest of ways. I feel like they could do a dark ride in the same manner as like Haunted Mansion, where it's that type of ride vehicle. So it's it gets people in and out very quickly. I feel like a dark ride for Snoopy would be a perfect addition to Knott's Berry Farm. I don't think it needs a roller coaster like a thrill ride. They already got enough of that, right, Danny?
Yeah, I don't really want Knott's to have another roller coaster. I know that like a lot of the people that go to Knott's really want that, but I just feel like they need some more kind of rides like the Calico Mine ride, stuff that like everyone can do. I don't necessarily want to go on a ride that's flipping upside down a million times and spinning everywhere. Like, if they keep building those, I'm not going to go on them. So
you know what, Knott's Berry Farm needs an ornament store. I'm just going to throw it out there. I think it'll do really well if they just had a specific
Christmas. Knott's had like a Christmas store all year round.
Yeah, dude, Knott's needs to copy that store mentality of like it's just Merry Farm all year round at this store. People would love it. I like it. people buy ornaments, I guess, all year round.
Yep.
Disney went double down and they put it on Main Street. So obviously ornaments just sell all year round. I think it's just one of those things. It's like a good keepsake gift. It's a good, what do they call it? What do you call those gifts you buy when you travel?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. A touring gift. I don't know what. Like whatever it is, it's just ornaments are like a $20 thing you could just give to somebody from wherever you visited. You know what I mean?
yeah. Thanks to Hula Mama, she said you can put the Knott's Pass in your wallet pass, so I just added it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good thing to know.
So I got my dining plan in there. Everything. It's all in the Apple Wallet.
Scrooge Edibles. He says, fires. Thank you, Scrooge Edibles. Happy Halloween, my friend. Yeah, Brian Sevilla agrees. Enough roller coasters and Knotts.
Yeah.
I think a lot of, stop the coasters.
That's the thing, like their parent company, like Cedar Fair, like they own Cedar Point. Like Cedar Point's all about roller coasters, and like they were trying to take that mentality when they took over Knott's and do the same thing. They shoved in like Silver Bullet. They shoved in, these like Sierra Sidewinder and like all these things, and like people don't. That doesn't really work for Knott's. You know what I mean? Like people want other things.
Souvenir, Danny.
Souvenir. Oh, okay, that's the word.
I don't know these words. Let me see. I'm just reading quick. But that's it. That's it for Knott's. We're just kind of in this weird transition where Christmas and Halloween. But I'm gonna be heading to Knott's as regular Knott's. Go get my meal plan.
I think Larissa in the chat, she was saying this is that sweet point at Knott's Berry Farm where there's no crowd because Scary Farm is done and Merry Farm hasn't started yet. So it's like the no crowd sweet point.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like a family dark ride is a great idea. Just like Universal Studios did with what is it called again? Secret Life of Pets. But make it accessible like Little Mermaid, Haunted Mansion, where there's no size limitations, and make it also where a party of 3 or a party of 4 could get on. I think that'd be a great idea. It'd be cool if they had the ride vehicle like Monsters Inc. Those are good ride vehicles because they fit like 4 people no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they don't have like size limitation. It's just get on and you're good to go. But that's it for Knott's. We'll keep you guys covered with all these Christmas stuff coming soon. I could imagine they're going to drop a foodie guide themselves. I hope they do a media event. I'm going to be there no matter what if I can. And I think I'm actually going to be missing. I think this is my time to make this announcement. I haven't talked about it yet. I'm actually going to be not at Merry Farm opening. Maybe Danny could help me. I don't know.
No, it's
in Florida.
I thought it was gonna be me in Mystery Bay.
Yeah, you in the Mystery Bay. I'm gonna be in Florida. I'm gonna be covering this. I don't know if this is gonna come up. There we go.
Destination D23.
That's where I'm gonna be. I forgot it completely. I forgot to even mention this, but that's where I'm gonna be November 19th. This event at Merry Farm, it starts on November 19th, so I won't be there till about a week later. But I'll talk about this probably next week. But I'll be in Florida. I'm going to be back in Florida. I don't even know what I'm getting myself into, so it's going to be great. I'm excited. Anytime it's D23 anything, it's like...
Mondo's going in blind.
Yeah, I'm going in blind.
Completely blind.
I feel like this trip's going to be kind of predominant, like a resort type of trip where I'll hang out in hotels and whatever. But I will be going and catching Late Night Harmonious, Late Night Enchantment.
Maybe you finally ride the Skyliner again, Mondo.
Ride the Skyliner, which is always awesome in Epcot, hopefully. that thing's so awesome.
I can't believe you guys completely missed that on your last trip.
I know. We didn't want to risk Mystery Bay getting stuck in a Skyliner and like that's your day, because that's always tough. But that is it. That is it for Knott's Berry Farm. Thank you, everybody. Do not forget to hit that like button. We got one more subject to talk about. Universal Studios Hollywood. Universal Studios Hollywood went through this weird announcement phase of Halloween Horror Nights, which I wasn't the biggest a fan. But overall, from beginning to end, Halloween Horror Nights brought the fire. Quite literally with the fire towers. But I love the event for what it is. And then the whole concept of they just brought Halloween back to life. The crowds were some of the biggest crowds I've ever seen, or at least it felt that way because we didn't have the Metro sets. So the crowds are kind of more jam-packed into Universal Studios Hollywood. Universal Studios Hollywood already in itself is not the biggest of parks. And then to only have 6, 7 mazes, that put a lot of stress on the theme park, dude. There has been a lot of changes that have happened now with the whole vaccine card or negative test to go into the theme park. Now you got to wear a mask. But through all that, Universal still stayed alive, ran the event in its entirety without canceling it. I'm really happy for Universal Studios Hollywood, man. RIP tour. The Universal Studios in general for Halloween Horror Nights was a complete success, in my opinion, Danny. What are your thoughts, dude?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mentioned earlier, they did a really good job with bringing back some classic mazes that people really liked and kind of putting a new spin on them. I definitely would, it's funny because yesterday I was playing like a Halloween playlist and I heard Ghostbusters come on and I was like, man, I would love to see at some point Ghostbusters come back because that was such a fun maze. I felt like the hype in 2019 was like the best it ever was for Horror Nights. Like there was just on both coasts, like it was just a fire event all around. We had such good mazes all those years, so I really would like to see like if Universal wants to do some of these classic bringbacks of these old mazes, go for some of the fire ones that we haven't get, or maybe in the future we can actually get Beetlejuice on the West Coast.
I feel like we're done with Beetlejuice. We got to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. This 2 years of hoping for Beetlejuice, I'm over it. I don't care anymore.
You're done. Didn't live up to the hype for you?
No. I love Beetlejuice maze, but this whole like hoping for something for 2 years, I'm over it. I'm over it. Move on. Move on.
We definitely though next year need to have the Death Eaters in Wizarding World. Like without a doubt, it has to happen.
Yes, I think Death Eaters and bringing dark arts to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Not even talking about the mazes, just doing that in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's like the event is an amazing success to me already because for the people that just want to go do a couple mazes, do some rides, and just hang out in the lands, you could just hang out at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter with Death Eaters doing their magic everywhere. And then if they have the show, Dark Arts, and then you could do the rides, you could do the food. Dude, just hanging out in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter during HHN could be like an event in itself, Danny.
Yeah, another thing too I was thinking about, why don't we have a maze on Mummy? I mean, that ride goes so hard all the time with people wanting to wait in line for it. That would make an amazing maze. And there's been so many movies in that franchise they could make different rooms for mazes out of, like, and they could be scary. Like, for sure, they have like a bug scene with like all these bugs eating people and like just all these different things. Like, it could be an awesome maze. And they didn't do it. I don't know why. Maybe they did in the past. I never saw it, but I feel like that'd be a really good maze, don't you think?
Yes, I was just talking about that with JP and Andre. I was like, they've done Bride of Frankenstein or Frank. One thing too, no more Frankenstein. We had enough I love Frankenstein with all my heart, but we've had him like it seems like too many years in a row. Give Dracula some love. Give Mummy some love. I know Andre's been wanting the Swamp Thing big time. We just need other Universal monsters to get some love, like in their own right. No more Frankenstein. I think we just had enough Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein with all my heart, but we need to move on. The Mummy Maze would be sick, though. I would love a Mummy Maze. There's just so many different type of mummies that could come out of that. It would be. I think it'd be a really cool draw, especially if they themed it after the movie, since they always theme a lot of mazes after movies. But if they did a original story of the Mummy, that would be sick too. That'd be sick too. I know Andre. He wants Iron Maiden. That's like his biggest one. He's been wanting when it comes down to Halloween. I know a lot of people want Scary Stories next year too. That's been a very popular one as well. But for me, I really can't think of like what maze I would want off the top of my head. If I could get a maze, I would love Batman and just a villain maze. Tell me that wouldn't have 3-hour wait.
Yeah.
Have a Joker section and then like a Penguin section. Dude, there's so many villains. I think the big bat one too. Oh, a Batman maze. I don't know if they could get rights like that, but dude, a Batman maze would be like my dream come true. And once again, can we just get a Jurassic Park raptor maze? It doesn't have to be humans and dinosaurs coming together. We don't need none of that. We just need raptors. Raptors are already scary. I'm going to say it again. Every time I have a chance to say a raptor maze, I'm going to say it. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know what else I would like. I haven't watched too many horror movies that I've just been so fond of that I'm like, I want a maze out of that. Resident Evil would be good. But if they could make it like the video game, so you feel like maybe with the flashlight, how kind of Knott's Berry Farm did that recently, where you had to have a flashlight to walk through the maze. That was terrifying in itself because the whole concept of like darkness and only the light could show things, that's scary, dude. That's really scary.
They could get away with a lot of black hallways with that.
Yeah, at that point, right? It'd probably save them money. But I would like a Gotham Asylum maze. Oh. And then have Danny Elfman do all the music. Another thing to talk about, Super Nintendo World. Let's get off Halloween Horror Nights. Super success. I am so grateful to just have celebrated Halloween so many times at HHN. It was an amazing year. Amazing year. Super Nintendo World. I keep hearing rumors that you're going to need boarding groups to enter the land, and it almost seems inevitable. I can never say that word, but inevitable that you're going to need return times. That land's not big. There's probably not going to be a lot of things to do in there. And everybody and their baby mama that goes to Universal Studios Hollywood is going to want to go inside that land. How do you control that, Danny, without return times?
You can't.
That's the only way. Disney led the way with boarding groups and reservations. It seems like it's going to now be translated into other theme parks.
They just need to do better. They just need to do better than they did with Secret Life because those boarding groups did not work at all. They even spent the time to They
create a virtual queue that got thrown out the window a week later.
Yeah, not even a week later. It was,
and now they have a physical queue with barricades right outside on the left side in between Minions.
Yeah, and it looks terrible.
But then again, I have to say, maybe Universal didn't expect so much demand, Danny. They probably didn't expect this amount of demand for the theme park either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I just feel like it was so weird. They created this virtual queue and they had this whole idea for it. And the problem with the virtual queue was that everyone who came later, they couldn't ride Secret Life of Pets. So it was like really hard for people to be able to kind of get it with the virtual queue. But, but they even had like the machines they put in on the side of the attraction to like get your virtual queue times.
Completely irrelevant now.
Didn't even use any of that.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. What I really want to talk about too, how do you feel or not how do you feel, but what do you think could possibly happen? Maybe some speculation. Once Walking Dead finally gets taken down and emptied out, what would you like to be added there? For me, I'm going to say it again, character dining. I would love a restaurant that has character dining to go right there. Illuminations, character dining, that'd be cool. But what could possibly replace Walking Dead? I know it's not going to be a ride.
Yeah, they don't have room for a ride. I don't. What would be cool, really cool too, I think, is I don't know how much. I mean, they're trying to go with that whole differentiation, right, on how Universal's like a studio, an actual working studio. Besides the tram tour, there's not a lot of stuff about that, and the upper lot is sort of kind of like the building that has kind of like the sets and everything, like the New York set and all that stuff. So why don't they make a movie museum in that space that has like rotating exhibits that are maybe current day movies, past movies. Maybe they do Universal Monster section for like a Halloween time, and it just has sets, props, photos from the production, everything like that that people can walk through and experience a movie museum, since they have a lot of that going on in the Warner Brothers studio, but they don't have any of that going on at Universal, except for, like I mentioned, the things that you kind of see on the tram tour. But a lot of people really love that aspect of the tram tour, so why not give us a big movie museum on the upper lot? If they're not going to use that space for anything, they could do that. I just have a feeling they're going to probably want to keep it open for Halloween Horror Nights. So.
Mm-hmm. I would like a tribute store too. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
a tribute store. I know it'd be a little weird to see like a Halloween tribute store next to Secret Life of Pets, but whatever. They make it work in Orlando, and no one complains about a tribute store.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see what Crystal and Chris think about what they should do with that space, since they go there all the time. And JP, see what they think.
Yeah, because I feel like Walking Dead and everything that was in there, I think it's gone. It's from what I keep hearing, it's supposed to be gone. Uh, they need to do Back to the Future Cafe. Dude. If they brought Back to the Future in any manner at the park, it'd be great.
Yeah.
That was the one of the where because I remember having this conversation with Panda, rest in peace, Panda. He was, because I talked about it. He was like, "Nah, dude. For the most part, everybody was over Back to the Future. It was getting old. It was just repetitive. Nobody cared anymore." And as time went on, it became nostalgic. The magic word that Disney loves, nostalgia. And all of a sudden, like Back to the Future is like it's timeless now. And it almost seems like there was nothing wrong with transitioning into Simpsons, but it did suck to lose Back to the Future everything. It just got wiped off, dude. Like there's just no more Back to the Future. But I would like the cafe if it came there. Let's talk about this. This is extremely huge speculation. Take it all with a grain of salt. Does Disney have to worry if Diagon Alley does arrive at Universal Studios? Is there a clap back? Is there a clap back needed? Because Super Nintendo World arriving, and then soon if Diagon Alley arrives, Disney better make that Disneyland Forward happen, Danny. I don't think reimagining Splash Mountain's enough, dude. And then if Pokemon can land at Universal Studios Hollywood. And then if Universal could create a hotel themed to its park, god damn, dude. I want to be the person in charge of Universal, man. The future's bright, dude. It's an insane future, bright future, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential at Universal Studios Hollywood, and a lot of sleepers that they've got that they can definitely pull out. Epic Universe is going to be a huge blow to Disney when that opens. So they're going to have to do something to make Disney World have some competition there. But for Disneyland, I don't necessarily know that Disneyland has to worry too much. Universal's always going to have the problem of capacity. You know, they're never going to have the capacity that Disneyland has. So there's always going to be more ability for them to carry additional guests at Disneyland than there will be at Universal. But
yeah, but tourism, dude, that's where Hollywood shines. Yeah. Hollywood, Universal Studio Hollywood shines when it comes down to tourism, dude.
They get the spenders.
They got the ballers.
They get the spenders.
I think Diagon Alley, if they could make it happen, I really feel like, first of all, I really believe Galaxy's Edge was Disneyland's clapback at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And
they wanted it to be.
And it did it. And obviously, as of right now, speaking, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is just like, and it's a league of its own. Untouchable. I really feel like they banked on the whole green milk, blue milk. And in my opinion, I could care less if I never drink another blue milk, green milk. It's just not in my repertoire of things I want to ever do at Disneyland. Butterbeer, these lines during Halloween Horror Nights for butterbeer are like 1 hour, dude. It's hard to get a butterbeer. People, and you know what's the other thing that is just like a infinite selling item is a freaking pink donut. The Simpsons donut and the butterbeer have to be the number one money makers at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Have to be.
They have to be, dude. It's like endless butterbeer is being served, and these donuts, it's just continuously being sold, dude. It's insane. It's insane. I don't really feel like that with the milk or even the lightsabers for that matter. But dude, we will see. We will see. I think Universal, they're obviously aware that capacity and a small theme park is their biggest restraint. I hope they could just be like, we're expanding in the biggest of ways. Y'all better be ready for 2030 because S is going down. That's all I could hope for. Any topics you want to bring up, Danny, when it comes down to Universal?
No, I think that's about it. There's not too much going on just yet. We'll have to wait and see how, Grinchmas ends up being. I know Mondo will probably cover that pretty heavily. And I know a lot of people too, Mondo, have been wanting some updates from you. I've seen it. I've heard it on my DMs about Jurassic World. They just want the current state of affairs at Jurassic World. And they're like, when's Five Fires going to do Jurassic World again? I want to see what the current state of affairs is at. What's the Indominus looking like? So they're wondering when you're going to be going back and hitting regular Universal.
Yeah. I'm going back to the parks in just the regular fashions a lot in this week and coming week.
You've been in that Halloween mode, dude.
I've just been in Halloween mode, and when I'm in Halloween mode, there's not a lot of sleep. I'm going to try my best to edit a Halloween Horror Nights video from HHN Orlando today and try to post it today. But I'm glad. I'm very thankful for everything that went down from Universal. To me, they've been one of the most successful theme parks to reopen. They're practically at 100% everything. They got I'm not trying to throw shade, but they got freaking Beetlejuice hugging people, taking pictures, high-fiving. They got Frankenstein, putting his arm around your shoulder, taking a picture. I don't know what's up with Disney. I don't know what's up with Knott's, but Universal, they're in the most restrictive county, and they're doing that. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. And don't get me wrong. I took a picture of Beetlejuice. That was one of the first things I wanted to do. But I'm excited. Or not excited. I'm very thankful for everything Universal's done. They've done such a great job with their reopening till this date. I am still bitter about their Platinum Pass not working until 3. I really feel like that's a bad move, and I hate it. I'm not a fan, dude, because I like going in the morning, and you can't use it till 3. And the reason that I'm not the biggest a fan, if you stay in Hollywood from 3 to 6, guess what? You're in some nasty Hollywood traffic on the way home.
Yeah.
That sucks. Maybe I'm just what in his own world, but to me that's a huge negative.
If you're in Orange County or in the outskirts of LA County, and you stay for 3 p.m. at Universal, you're at least committed until after 7. Because
That's
if you
the
leave
thing,
before
and
7,
I hate that. But then that's when I could use my platinum. So it's like, or my fast
yeah, because
express.
if you leave before 7, 2.5 hours drive minimum.
Yeah. Juan says he's gonna keep the dream alive for Beetlejuice next year, Daddy. With you.
I'm keeping it alive.
But overall, I'm just glad. I'm very happy for everything Universal's done. And I'm excited to go into Grinchmas. The Who's are going to come back. I already heard a lot of talk about that. Christmas is coming back in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which thank goodness that was really missing in 2019. I was shocked they didn't do it. But for the most part, that's kind of it. It's just Grinchmas and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Christmas really doesn't arrive on the lower lot. Like, there's no Christmas in Jurassic World, Transformers, or Mummy, and that's kind of it. The biggest talk, real quick, before we end today with Universal, I do hear lots of rumblings of a new show coming to the theater right before you walk into the Simpsons land where the Jabberwockies play during Horror Nights. There's a lot of talk. So I know JP's been saying Born Spectacular. I keep saying, how about you bring a Pokemon show and just start the party there. Just start the party with the Pokemon show. Ain't nobody complaining about that.
People would wait for hours.
Dude, a lot of people were saying Squid Games or stuff. Pokemon. Just have Pokemon Land at Universal Studios already. I couldn't even think of a better show. Like, have Ash Ketchum, and it better be the original Pokemon. I don't even know what the characters are now, but give us Ash Ketchum. Ash with the S and an H. Ash Ketchum. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. But that's it. That's it for me and Universal. Closing thoughts in general, Danny, just overall?
No, I'm just looking forward this week. I feel like there's going to be a lot of good updates from theme parks. I'm excited to see what you come up with this week. I think you're have a lot of work ahead of you this week. A lot of work.
Oh, Power Rangers show. I would love that.
Just think, you got all this work this week, Mondo, and then next week we have Merriest Nights on Thursday. We got first day of holidays on Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta spend at least 2 days because we gotta do festival holidays one day and then Disneyland the other day.
There's not enough time.
That's why I'm glad we got 2 reservations.
Yeah, dude. Juan says the Pokemon show better have Team Rocket. Dude, if they had Jesse and James and me out as a meet and greet, that alone would bring big crowds. It's like the same concept as Captain America, Zombie Captain America. Like that buzz, the buzz that was created from a social media aspect from Zombie Captain America was insane. I almost feel like Zombie Captain America just took over the news when it came down to anything related to Oogie Boogie Bash. It was just such a big topic because Marvel in itself is a humongous topic in general, you know? And Pokemon, in my opinion, is up there when it comes down to just the size of its fan base. It's insane. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for your time. Big thank you to Danny for an awesome Speculation Sunday. I can't believe we're doing it at 11 a.m., but it worked. We made it happen. Happy Halloween to everybody. Hope you guys have a wonderful, safe, fun Halloween today. And stay tuned because we are transitioning as soon as this live stream's over into Christmas because it's pretty much Christmas. I know there's not Thanksgiving talk, but it's in the theme park world, it's Christmas. All right. Hopefully that big tree drops at Disneyland soon. We'll be there hopefully to cover it. But Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, everybody, for your time and kindness. And thank you to all the moderators for being so amazing and keeping the chat fun, clean, and positive. This was a great Speculation Sunday, everybody. Thank you. That's it. Happy Halloween, everybody. We are farting it down. The Cali Bay is calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.